if anything had happened or whatever, like there was no type of communication, there was no meetings, there was no nothing. It was just quick.
Parishioners in shock after a church is shut down amid an investigation.
We're excited about what you're going to do here. We see the future with you.
An air taxi, a new innovation in how we get around, is in production in the tri-state.
We spent obviously a lot of time watching our last game against them, trying to predict what they do the same, what they do different.
Last time in prime time, this time on Sunday in the Steel City. What the Bengals need to do to win. First at 4 starts right now.
Breaking news alerts and the Weather Authority forecast. This is Local 12 News.
Day 43 of the longest shutdown in government history may end up being the final day of the impasse. Representatives are expected to begin voting shortly on funding to reopen the Senate overnight, paving the way for debate and a final vote in the House this evening. Even though Democratic leaders remain opposed, Republicans and President Trump have expressed confidence it will have the support needed to pass. Partial SNAP benefits for November will also go out as soon as today. Under new USDA guidelines, Ohioans on SNAP will see a 35% reduction in their benefits this month.
And with that, we say good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here First at 4. I'm Adam Clements.
And I'm Megan Mangella. We will have much more about the government shutdown straight ahead on First at 4. But first, newly released emails reveal Jeffrey Epstein said President Trump, quote, knew about the girls.
The convicted sex offender who died by suicide said so in a 2019 email to author Michael Wolff. Now, the private correspondence was released by Democrats on the House Oversight Committee today. Epstein wrote, quote, of course Trump knew about the girls, as he asked Ghislaine to stop. That's in reference to Epstein's former girlfriend and recruiter, Ghislaine Maxwell, who's currently in prison. The full context is not immediately clear. Another 2011 email from Epstein to Maxwell said that Trump, quote, spent hours at my house with one of Epstein's victims. The White House accuses Democrats of, quote, selectively leaking emails to create a fake narrative to smear Trump, end quote. Trump has long denied knowledge of Epstein's crimes before he says they had a falling out.
News of those emails comes as the House comes back into session amid an effort to force the release of the Justice Department's files on Epstein.
Yeah, that process begins today with the swearing in of Congresswoman-elect Adelita Grijalva by House Speaker Mike Johnson. The ceremony ends a 50-day wait following her special election victory. Grijalva says that she'll be the final signature to the discharge petition.
You know, I think it's pretty direct. I feel like at this point we're done sort of tap dancing around what the implications of those files really mean, and anyone who is implicated needs to deal with the legal consequences for breaking the law and committing horrific crimes against children and women.
Johnson sent the House home early for August recess as the petition was making its way through Congress. The discharge petition is a rarely used mechanism, sidestepping the majority party leadership.
On its property, leaders of Grace Episcopal Church are now pushing back against the decision by the Diocese of Southern Ohio. Local 12's Morella Porter is live from College Hill with how this is impacting people in that community. Morella?
Yeah, Megan, hundreds of people rely on Grace Episcopal Church for all kinds of services. Every Wednesday night, they host a free dinner. You can see behind me, they're getting set up. Tonight, it is in the parking lot because they're not allowed inside of the church. Now, Bishop Kristen Newfelman-White suspended Grace Episcopal Church last week, citing a failure to report a sexual assault between two minors on church property. The bishop says the incident happened in April, but her office didn't learn about it until September. Church leaders pushed back in a letter to the diocese saying they cooperated with the investigation and provided timely information. The church's letter called the suspension abrupt and a reckless disregard for the community they serve, shutting down worship services, recovery meetings, a food pantry, and an after-school program. Many volunteers showed up today without a clue about any of this, but still ready to serve.
It's going to be hard, but at the end of the day, we all need to come together because, like you said, given what's going on today, like, this is what it's in. Everybody's in time of need. But this is what they do. This is what the church do.
Yeah, and church leaders and members who signed that letter urged the bishop to reverse her decision. Now, the diocese tells me that any conversations about reopening the church won't happen until next year. For now, live in College Hill, Morella Porter, Local 12 News.
Morella, thank you. Leaders in the diocese say once the church is vacated, they will assess what needs to be done to return to safe operations. The diocese tells Local 12 the alleged assault did get reported to police in April, but not by church leaders. The diocese says those leaders only learned about the allegation when police contacted them.
Plans are in motion for a reimagined Cincinnati along the I-75 corridor, potentially including new high-rises, a new arena, a lot of new green space, and bike and walking paths. The realignment of I-75 in preparation of the new Brent Spence Companion Bridge is creating new opportunities for neighborhoods and infrastructure that's in need of upgrades. As David Winter reports, the city has been working over the summer to update the Revive Cincinnati Master Plan.
The new Revive Cincinnati update reimagines areas like the old Queensgate site, where there's a 12-story boarded-up building and 14 acres of unused parking lots, and turns it into a vibrant, bustling residential or business area.
The entire plan is comprised of 9 sites along the I-75 corridor from the Eastern Gateway down to where the Brent Spence Bridge crosses the river. After the realignment of I-75 to lead up to the new Brent Spence Companion Bridge, new areas can be developed, like just west of the new convention center, where either a new arena could go or new 20-story high-rises for office or residential. The West End could include capping the area over the I-75 from the Museum Center down to Music Hall and adding walking paths, green space, or even office space and residential.
It's really a chance for us to restore what was taken many, many years ago from our downtown, from our city. And so it's a great opportunity to do what I believe is really get residential going back in the Queensgate area, which is originally part of the West End.
Now that the concepts have been solidified, the Revive Update architects are going to turn them into actionable plans that could go before City Planning and City Council this spring. In Queensgate, this is David Winter reporting.
Planners have had many community listening sessions over the summer and through last week. You can learn more details on the city's website. Just Google Revive Cincinnati Update and follow the links. Well, they give kids a chance to play and grow and don't charge them for anything.
With everything that we provide from the nutritional standpoint, from the educational standpoint, and then just like miscellaneous things, it's roughly about $4,000 to $4,500 a kid. Yeah, it's expensive.
The Cincinnati Grand Football Club is on a mission to level the playing field in the world of competitive youth soccer. How it's combining athletics with academics and developing the next generation of great soccer players. That story is tonight, only on Local 12 News, live at 6.
Meteorologist Ann Campolongo in the Weather Center today telling us about another chance, if you missed it last night, to possibly see that spectacular light show.
Yeah, it was awesome last night. I think it overproduced, and we saw so many photos across the tri-state. People with just their cell phones taking photos like this. This was sent in from Patrick over in Belfast, Ohio. Great show of the lights there. We've got a few other photos to show you. Again, this was late last night. We've got Josie here out towards Liberty Township. Beautiful purples and pinks in the sky from that vantage point. We've had another view here of the city or closer to some of that light pollution. People still got a pretty nice view here of the colors. So that was a pretty spectacular view last night. This one sent in from Hamilton by Chelsea. So thank you for sending in our photos. You can always send those in at local12.com/chime in. We utilize your photos right here on TV. And if you have the Local 12 Weather Authority app, you probably got the push alert saying, hey, we're seeing the northern lights here in the tri-state area. Go outside and check it out. And we've got that potential again to see it here tonight. Last night's storm was pretty strong. Tonight, maybe not so strong. We're more in the level of maybe a K-index of 7 or 8, and we may be on the verge of seeing them here this evening across the tri-state. It's likely, it's possible, but you might have to go a little bit farther out from some of that light pollution. We've also got the potential for some clouds to roll in as we head closer towards 8, 9, 10 o'clock this evening. So right after sunset, maybe the best chance to go out to see if you can see some of those lights, because then I think the clouds build in later on tonight, and that may cloud our view just a bit of those lights again this evening. We'll talk more about the local forecast here as we go into the rest of your work week. That's coming up in just a little bit.
After a much-needed bye week, the Bengals back in action, looking to win in Pittsburgh on Sunday.
Coming up, we hear from head coach Zach Taylor about this week's surprise appearance of quarterback Joe Burrow on the practice field, well ahead of schedule following his Week 3 turf toe injury.
What makes us human? Humanity is found in the actions that redefine care. Actions that we at TriHealth take every day. By seeing those who feel invisible, hearing needs that have been ignored, TriHealth is healing the body and the human spirit, so all can know and live a better life.
Do you suffer from chronic boredom? Then it's time to check out Game Center, the best place to exercise your brain. Put an end to fun deficiency with endless game options that will increase joy, sharpen your mind, and turn dull moments into big wins. Game Center, fun for your mind anytime, anywhere.
What's up? It's Candace Parker.
And I'm Aaliyah Boston. Together, we host Post Moves, where hoops meets real talk.
This week, we've got a legend in the building, Becky Hammond.
She's a trailblazer, Hall of Famer, 3-time WNBA champion coach.
Check out Post Moves, new episode with Becky Hammond this week.
All right, listen up. This fall, game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. It's a powerful way to watch live local football games. Catch every play in jaw-dropping detail. With premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Get big kickoff energy with a stress-free, simple setup. Just plug in a small modern antenna and boom, your TV's got game. Watch your local games for free this season with Next Gen TV. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Tommy and Proctor back together. The scene where you kill my boy Jerry off.
The only guy in America said he found that scene funny.
The line, "It is for you." And the director, he kept wanting me to hit you, but I didn't want to do it. So every take I kept going, "It is for you."
Knife strikes from all sides.
This is a killing room. No question. This one is special.
Could be a serial killer.
Start with motive, work backwards.
He's talking about dropping a body in a marsh.
Still have too many loose threads. We got a shoe print.
She lied to us.
An Ohio congressional candidate no longer facing charges. Rosemary Ogilvie Henry was charged in September with aggravated menacing. She'd been accused of pointing a gun at then Cincinnati City Council candidate Kevin Farmer. Earlier this month, Farmer was charged with burglary and violating a protection order after allegedly trespassing in Oglesby Henry's home on Halloween. In a statement, she's grateful to those who extended compassion during this difficult time. She also says she'll continue her congressional campaign. A pedestrian dies after she is hit by a vehicle that did not stop. 30-year-old Kirsten Walker was found alive but seriously injured on the side of State Route 286 near Upper 5 Mile West Road at around 8:30 p.m. on November 5th. The Ohio State Highway Patrol discovered she'd been hit by a vehicle which left the scene. A passenger's side mirror was left behind. A medical helicopter flew Walker to the hospital where she died yesterday.
Press Conference Playbook, sponsored by UC Health.
The Bengals are back at it this Sunday, fresh off a bye week that was more eventful than your typical midseason hiatus. The big news, quarterback Joe Burrow returning to the practice field well ahead of schedule following his Week 3 turf toe injury. Now, while he won't suit up for a few games, at least a couple more weeks, the promise of his eventual return gives a boost to this Bengals team that's limped to a 3-6 record so far this season. While Joe Flacco will continue to take the snaps until Burrow is ready to come back, head coach Zach Taylor is encouraged by what he's seen from his franchise quarterback this week.
Really sharp. You know, I had not watched him throw. He'd been doing that with the trainers, so seeing him live on Monday, get a chance to do that, I'm not going to say I'm impressed because that's how it always looks, but he was really sharp.
The Bengals head to Pittsburgh this Sunday. Kickoff from Heinz Field is at 1, and you can catch all the action right here on Local 12. Well, if managing your health and watching your diet makes grocery shopping a stressful experience, you're not alone.
Coming up, we're going to introduce you to a new program that teams people with dietitians right inside the aisle to help you make the smartest, healthiest choices.
The National News Desk delivers breaking news from across America at the Live Desk.
Each weeknight from the National News Desk.
Hey, Scully, look at this.
There's nothing you can do.
What can you do?
Deny everything.
Won't get away with this! Can't bury the truth!
The X-Files, every weeknight on Comet.
Something's been unleashed here, Scully.
What's up? It's Candace Parker.
And I'm Aaliyah Boston. Together, we host Post Moves, where hoops meets real talk.
This week, we've got a legend in the building, Becky Hammond.
She's a Trailblazer, Hall of Famer, 3-time WNBA champion coach.
Check out Post Moves, new episode with Becky Hammond this week.
Weeknights. The Nest invites you to explore cities across America.
It's a friendly town.
From bucolic villages to urban capitals.
It was a great time to be growing up.
And the crimes that turned them upside down.
The DeKalb County family broke all of these rules.
Business involved death.
It was a favorite place to eat until they discovered that murder was on the menu.
Crimes of lust, greed, and murder. City Confidential. Weeknights on the Nest.
Tommy and Proctor back together. The scene where you kill my boy Jerry off.
The only guy in America who said he found that scene funny.
The line, "It is for you." And the director, he kept wanting me to hit you, but I didn't want to do it. So every take I kept going, "It is for you."
Do you suffer from chronic boredom? Then it's time to check out Game Center, the best place to exercise your brain. Put an end to fun deficiency with endless game options that will increase joy, sharpen your mind, and turn dull moments into big wins. Game Center, fun for your mind anytime, anywhere.
Weeknights on Charge. The word on the street is
Murder.
Murder.
and every case has got something to say.
Anything else?
Oh, there's a lot.
Blunt force wound.
Blood spatter here.
Stab wounds. Dead.
So what killed him?
Do not disturb the crime scene.
Did we mention we're investigating a murder?
Tell us what you did.
He said, she said.
You're trying to get me to admit something?
Killing him.
You're under arrest for murder.
Law and Order Criminal Intent. Weeknights starting at 9/8 Central on Charge.
Game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. Get live local college and NFL games with pictures so sharp it feels real. And premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Set it up once, watch free all season long. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com. Reaching the
An organization that helps with food assistance wants families to know they may be an additional support system right now if you're struggling due to the government shutdown. Medical reporter Liz Bonus explains how.
Hey there, everybody. Meals on Wheels of Southwest Ohio and Northern Kentucky telling us if you've been struggling due to this, they encourage you to reach out. Many people in our community may qualify for Meals on Wheels. This week on what's happening, need, not just age.
Seniors in the community can reach out. In Ohio, it's through the Ohio Council on Aging, and in Northern Kentucky, it's the Northern Kentucky Area Development District. When you reach out to those organizations and explain your needs and situation.
Meals on Wheels is expanding in the tri-state. Within a year, they expect to have a new place for workers and the ability to support even more families who need food assistance and much more.
Are there transportation concerns? Are you homebound? Do you have access to food? Is food insecurity a concern? Those agencies will walk the patient or walk the client through the process and then get them connected with us.
If you're not familiar with what Meals on Wheels serves up, they do make what they deliver.
We meet constantly to design menus.
The hope Mike Hogan and Michael Beck told us is that people will have not just a nutritious meal served up and delivered each day, which includes
trying to make sure we're having variety, and that we're hitting the protein amounts, the appropriate amount of vegetables, and that we have just good flavors paired together.
But what the volunteers bring each day. It's often everything from a check-in to a connection with a financial assistance program. Now, we do have a link to this team if you'd like to find out about eligibility, volunteering, or even donating to support the expansion campaign. It's all inside the digital version of this story at what'shappeninginhealth.com.
The grocery store can be an overwhelming place when you're trying to watch what you're eating. The experience can be even more stressful for people with medical conditions like type 2 diabetes. Now there's a program that teams dietitians with patients to help them make healthier choices. Registered dietitian Lynette Hem-Lee with Insera Supermarkets arms people with information.
Managing diabetes requires so many different aspects: food, medication, wellness, but I'm focusing on food today, what they can eat to manage their blood sugar.
According to the CDC, about 98 million American adults have pre-diabetes, and many are unaware that they even have the condition.
Ohio, the birthplace of aviation, is now ground zero for the next evolution in flight.
Still ahead, we give you a look at a company that's building the electric aircraft that can lift off like a helicopter and cruise like an airplane.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
Let's go trucking. Watch out. Here we go.
Weeknights on the Nest.
Come on, baby.
Near the Arctic Circle.
I don't get used to the cold.
Truckers take on the unthinkable.
It's a little bit unnerving.
Driving a 2-ton big rig on a road of pure ice.
They don't pay us this good because it's easy.
Danger is half the fun.
I love this part.
This winter wonderland.
You can't really see where you're going.
Is a challenge of a lifetime.
Yeehaw!
Ice Road Truckers. Weeknights on the Nest.
Weekdays on Roar.
I'm cracking up.
SNL is not just for weeknights.
What?
It's crashing your weekdays too.
Enjoy.
All your favorites on a weekday.
What are you eating here?
More Pete on a weekday.
We out here and we crazy.
And Weekend Update? Yep, also on weekdays.
Go to bed and never wake.
Because it's not just weeknights that have all the fun.
I think I'm about to laugh right now.
Saturday Night Live. Weekdays on Roar.
All right, listen up. This fall, game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. It's a powerful way to watch live local football games. Catch every play in jaw-dropping detail with premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Get big kickoff energy with a stress-free, simple setup. Just plug in a small modern antenna and boom, your TV's got game. Watch your local games for free this season with Next Gen TV. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Hey, Scully, look at this.
There's nothing you can do.
What can you do?
Deny everything.
Won't get away with this. Can't bury the truth.
The X-Files. Every weeknight on Comet.
Something's been unleashed here, Scully.
The future of air travel is being built right here in Ohio. Joby Aviation chose Dayton to build its electric aircraft. You can see it lift off and land like a helicopter while cruising like an airplane. Joby gave us a behind-the-scenes look at that plant that's producing the blades that are needed for the aircraft. Leaders say that the project reinforces Ohio's role in reshaping the future of flight.
As to jobs and the application of technology, we're all in. We're excited about what you're going to do here. We see the future with you.
Joby says it plans to double production within 2 weeks with an ultimate goal of 500 aircraft per year. The company would eventually like to produce the entire aircraft there.
The annual Duke Energy Holiday Tree arrives at Fountain Square downtown Cincinnati this weekend. The 55-foot Norway spruce will be hoisted into place at 7 a.m. on Saturday. A team will work all day to add more than 25,000 lights in a custom-made 14-point star. This weekend also marks the opening of Fountain Square's tent called Winterhaus. Guests are invited to join the tree trimming party at 9 Saturday morning, followed by a free ornament making. A local light display getting revamped this season. Pyramid Hill in Hamilton will feature designs from students at Miami University. They'll use projection mapping to highlight some of the park's most iconic landmarks. More than 1 million lights will sparkle in newly themed areas, including Celestial Current, Holiday Glow, and Mystic Garden. Cincinnati Public Radio will provide a curated holiday playlist for the event. Pyramid Hill Lights opens on Friday. It's $25 per carload for non-members. Hover over the news tab on local12.com or on our app and click it to buy your tickets.
From Local 12, the Weather Authority. This is meteorologist Ann Campolongo's hour-by-hour forecast.
Well, with the sunshine and some strong winds here out of the south and west, our temperatures much warmer than yesterday, anywhere between about 15 to 20 degrees warmer than this same time yesterday afternoon. Feels a lot nicer out there, especially the second half of our day. Temperatures pretty close to that 60-degree mark now for the 4 o'clock hour. We've had a lot of sunshine. We've got mostly clear skies here across the tri-state again this afternoon. Temperature-wise, we're sitting back to the mid and upper 50s, 55 over in Mount Healthy, 56 in Madeira, and then we're at 57 right now at CVG. So our temperatures close to normal or just above. We've got another warm day coming our way tomorrow. Temperatures are back to the upper 50s with a mix of sun and clouds, although northwest sustained at about 20 miles per hour. So it's been pretty breezy here today. I think the winds slowly back off here tonight, and then it's a little bit quieter as far as the winds are concerned as we get into the day tomorrow. Again this evening, although latest forecast predictions from the Space Center here giving us an idea that maybe this storm is not going to be quite as strong as yesterday. So we're going to be right on the fringe here in the tri-state. It's possible to see them, but you might really have to go in outlying areas away from that light pollution or head further north than maybe you had to do last evening. So that potential is there. We'll be battling a little bit of cloud cover as we go through the evening hours tonight, so that may hinder some views as well. Otherwise, temperatures will drop off into the low 40s by about 10 and 11 o'clock this evening. So we'll keep the skies mostly clear overnight, then we'll be back into the low to mid 30s by the start of the day tomorrow. Those skies will fill in with a little bit of cloud cover as we head closer towards 9 and 10 o'clock this evening. So extra clouds late tonight. By tomorrow morning, we're back to some clear skies. Winds a little bit calmer to start off the day on Thursday. Chilly start in the morning, but then by the afternoon, our temperatures are back up into the upper 50s again for your Thursday. So the rest of this evening, if you are headed out maybe to try to sneak another glimpse of the northern lights here tonight, temperatures back to the mid 40s by about 8 o'clock. We head closer towards 10 o'clock this evening into the low 40s. Tomorrow's forecast, we start off in the 30s. So briefly cold like today, but then the afternoon hours look pretty great with more sunshine again as we head into the Thursday. 7-day forecast looks like this. We'll keep temperatures closer to 60 here on your Friday. 70 or upper 60s at least on Saturday. Daytime hours look good. We've got some rain with our next cold front that comes in Saturday morning. So some leftover showers Sunday morning, then our temperatures drop off Sunday afternoon. We're back into the low 50s by the first part of next week with more rain coming by next Tuesday and Wednesday.
And thank you. It's a big day in Washington as Americans wait to see if today will mark the end of the longest government shutdown in U.S. history.
Plus, as the government prepares to reopen, what air travel is currently looking like. That and more straight ahead, first at 4.
Weeknights on Charge. The word on the street is
Murder. Murder.
Murder.
And every case has got something to say.
Anything else?
Oh, there's a lot.
Blunt force wound. Blood spatter here. Stab wounds. Dead. So what killed him?
Do not disturb the crime scene.
Did we mention we're investigating a murder?
Tell us what you did. He said, she said.
You're trying to get me to admit something?
Killing him.
You're under arrest for murder.
Law and Order Criminal Intent. Weeknights starting at 9/8 Central on Charge.
What's up? It's Candace Parker.
And I'm Aaliyah Boston. Together, we host Post Moves, where hoops meets real talk.
This week, we've got a legend in the building, Becky Hammond.
She's a Trailblazer, Hall of Famer, 3-time WNBA champion coach.
Check out Post Moves, new episode with Becky Hammond this week.
Weekdays on Roar.
I'm cracking up.
SNL is not just for weeknights.
What?
It's crashing your weekdays too.
Enjoy.
All your favorites on a weekday.
Good eating here.
More Pete on a weekday.
We out here and we crazy.
And Weekend Update? Yep, also on weekdays.
Go to bed and never wake.
Because it's not just weeknights that have all the fun.
I think I'm about to laugh right now.
Saturday Night Live. Weekdays on Roar.
Do you suffer from chronic boredom? Then it's time to check out Game Center, the best place to exercise your brain. Put an end to fun deficiency with endless game options that will increase joy, sharpen your mind, and turn dull moments into big wins. Game Center, fun for your mind anytime, anywhere.
Tommy and Proctor back together. The scene where you kill my boy Jerry off.
The only guy in America said he found that scene funny.
The line, "It is for you." And the director, he kept wanting me to hit you, but I didn't want to do it. So every take I kept going, "It is for you."
The Nest invites you to explore cities across America and the crimes that turned them upside down. Lust, greed, and murder. City Confidential, weeknights on The Nest.
The National News Desk, a network of 4,000 local journalists.
This chemical is so toxic that it was removed from children's toys.
Covers America's news now.
Electric scooters are burning with no regulations.
Locally covered.
The medical community is sounding alarm bells.
Nationally connected.
I'm Kayla Gaskins in Tel Aviv.
Choose America's news now, each weekday morning from the National News Desk.
All right, listen up. This fall, game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. It's a powerful way to watch live local football games. Catch every play in jaw-dropping detail with premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Get big kickoff energy with a stress-free, simple setup. Just plug in a small modern antenna and boom, your TV's got game. Watch your local games for free this season with Next Gen TV. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
You have a penchant for spooky evidence.
I'm talking about extraterrestrial life alive on this planet.
They simply disappeared without a trace.
It's impossible.
This may involve a deeper conspiracy.
So now we're chasing ghosts?
Who are you gonna call? Hey, Scully, look at this.
There's nothing you can do.
What can you do?
Deny everything.
Won't get away with this. You can't bury the truth.
The X-Files, every weeknight on Comet.
Something's been unleashed here, Scully.
AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions, we execute fully integrated campaigns that turns awareness into action, placing your brand exactly where your audience is. From hyper-targeted digital to the impact of streaming and audio, we connect brands to consumers with what they love in real time. Partnering with us means more reach, more precision, more results. Tap, scan, amplify. And let's make something extraordinary happen. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
The U.S. and China seems to be holding so far. President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping agreement went into effect Monday. The U.S. has cut fentanyl-linked tariffs down to 10%, and China has lifted some export restrictions on critical minerals to the U.S. and tightened export controls on substances used to make fentanyl. The White House says China will buy 12 million metric tons of U.S. soybeans, but China has not confirmed that number. Analysts warn the truce is fragile and there could be flare-ups. Colombia will not share intelligence with the U.S. until the attacks on suspected drug trafficking boats stop. President Gustavo Petro made the order to Colombia's military. It's not clear exactly what kind of information Colombia would stop sharing. At least 75 people have been killed by the strikes in international waters since August. The Trump administration accuses Petro of being soft on traffickers and put financial sanctions on the leader and his family over global drug trade accusations. President John F. Kennedy's only grandson is running for office. Jack Schlossberg, son of former Ambassador Caroline Kennedy, has announced he's entering the race for a congressional seat in New York City. The 32-year-old Democrat is the youngest of 3 children and the only son of Ambassador Caroline Kennedy and her husband, Edwin Schlossberg. He's perhaps known in political circles for his quirky, at times crass social media that's especially critical of President Trump. He's also been critical of his cousin, the HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Schlossberg is seeking the seat of retiring Congressman Jerry Nadler.
We've all gotten those sketchy text messages asking for passwords or money. Now Google is taking action. If you've ever gotten a text like this, it could be part of a global phishing operation. The text looks legit, but it's actually a scam. Google says these fake stuck package or unpaid toll messages are part of a massive criminal network called Lighthouse that's stolen information through phishing and smishing scams in which recipients are tricked into revealing personal and sensitive information.
Scammers ended up compromising anywhere from 15 to 100 million potential credit cards within the U.S. and impacted, at our current estimates, over 1 million victims.
Well, now Google has filed a first-of-its-kind lawsuit under the RICO Act, which is typically used to take down organized crime rings. Alongside the lawsuit, Google is throwing its support behind 3 bipartisan bills aimed at curbing scams and fraud. Google's move may be as much about precedent as punishment, using a racketeering law from the 1970s to target a 21st century digital crime. Well, 'tis the season for scammers, and now they have found a way to steal your money even if you don't swipe your card. Tap to Pay has become a popular way for quick and convenient checkouts, but the Better Business Bureau is warning shoppers to slow down to avoid a threat called ghost tapping. That's when your Tap to Pay card is secretly charged without your knowledge. The technology can take your money without ever touching your card using its NFC or near-field communications. It's how 2 electronic devices talk to each other.
When those communications are intercepted, it allows a bad guy to essentially use your credit card for unauthorized transactions. The good news is a bad guy has to be within inches of either your mobile phone or your credit card in order to skim that information.
Now, these crimes come as touch-free payments are on the rise. Credit card company MasterCard says more than half of Americans use mobile wallets like Apple Pay. The BBB says to be vigilant in crowds and pay close attention to all card activity. Investing in an RFID blocking wallet or a card sleeve can also offer more protection.
Cincinnati's plan to improve safety by restricting food trucks doesn't have the data to back it up, but a police captain at a public safety committee meeting today said officers have observed less crowds and problems. Still, in 2 months of data, there's only a modest impact of 6 or 7 less calls to those food truck zones. Back in September, the city manager's office said food trucks must close up shop by 11 p.m. Fridays through Sundays in OTR, downtown, and the Banks. Today, some Cincinnati City Council members suggested the city should get rid of that new curfew.
To me, the 11 p.m. is just hurting our small businesses right now, and we don't have the data, and we have so many outstanding questions.
The curfew is staying in place for now, but a meeting in 2 weeks could change that.
Meteorologist Ann Campolongo, the birthday girl in the Weather Center today. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks,
you
Adam.
brought a ray of sunshine with it, a stark contrast from yesterday when I walked out to my car.
I know, much better today, right?
I'll take it.
A little breezy, but temperatures pretty close to 60.
Yeah,
so
it's nice out.
It feels good with the sunshine, and we've got blue sky, less clouds. Just feels great out there. Compared to the snow that we got on Monday, believe it or not, most of that snow melting away completely here today. Wind gusts as high as 36 miles per hour now here in downtown Cincinnati. Some of our other gusts on the east side of the metro area up to about 15 to 20 miles per hour. So we have still a breeze this evening. This will die down as we get closer towards sunset tonight. You can see the trees waving in the wind here. This is our view from our Crestview Hills camera here out at Thomas More University. Beautiful colors still in the trees right now. A lot of sunshine coming our way. If you were missing the sun, it's here to stay at least through Thursday and Friday. Temperatures back up near 60 for the next 2 days. By Saturday, I think we're talking highs near 70 as we get closer towards the weekend. And then we kind of cool off towards the back half of your weekend forecast. We're into the low 50s there by Sunday and Monday of next week. Those temperatures continue to climb, though. It's going to feel nice. Good 10, maybe even 15 degrees above normal for this time of year as we head into the day on Saturday. Thursday and Friday, I think we keep it dry with more sunshine back in the forecast to end out the work week. But there are rain chances that return, of course, like last weekend for the weekend. We'll talk about that coming up in your full Weather Authority forecast.
More legal problems for ChatGPT as lawsuits begin to pile up.
Coming up, we'll have a closer look at the allegations and how some families say the tech has taken everything from them.
It may look like an ordinary picture of beautiful food, but I'm Liz Bonus. Inside this menu, there's a whole lot of cancer prevention nutrients. We'll share them straight ahead.
Growing legal trouble for OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT. 7 families are suing. As Angela Brown explains, they claim the company's chatbot contributed to their loved ones taking their own lives or hurting themselves.
The latest legal trouble for OpenAI, the maker of ChatGPT, is coming out of California. 7 lawsuits filed on behalf of 6 adults and 1 teen. 4 of them died by suicide. The families are accusing OpenAI of wrongful death and assisted suicide, claiming the company fast-tracked the release of GPT-4o despite internal warnings that it was psychologically manipulative. Now experts are weighing in.
This is an area where we don't have clear legislation. We don't have clear case precedent.
One of the most publicized cases involves 23-year-old Zane Shamblin. His family says last July, Zane sat in his car in East Texas, messaging ChatGPT for hours. He mentioned a loaded gun, and the bot at one point replied, "You're not rushing, you're just ready." He later took his own life. Zane's parents later discovered thousands of pages of chats they shared with CNN.
You made it sacred.
You made it sacred? What is sacred about suicide? There's nothing sacred about that. You made it yours, your story won't be forgotten. You're darn straight it's not going to be forgotten. I'm going to fight for my son.
An OpenAI spokesperson tells People magazine in a statement calling the situation incredibly heartbreaking, adding, "We trained ChatGPT to recognize and respond to signs of mental or emotional distress, de-escalate conversations, and guide people toward real-life support." In Washington, D.C., I'm Angela Brown.
The list of foods to help fight cancer keeps growing. Medical reporter Liz Bonus shares a few that nutritionists now recommend.
Hey there, everybody. The American Institute for Cancer Research says while no single food can protect you from cancer by itself, there is now growing evidence that a variety of foods do help with everything from prevention to recovery.
My focus today is to kind of help them
with their nutrition to help with their symptom management.
Inside this cooking class at Kentucky's St. Elizabeth Young Family Cancer Center.
Today we are going to talk about foods that are high in antioxidants, high in fiber, high in B vitamins.
Well, the focus may be on helping those such as Lisa Mercer bounce back after breast cancer treatment.
I particularly wanted to attend this cooking program because I do have neuropathy due to chemo treatments.
Much of what instructor Amy Jackman is sharing is linked to lowering cancer risks too. Never say never energy balls with nuts and dried fruits, coconut curried chickpeas with pumpkin and spinach, as well as Mexican quinoa stew.
I think it's great for prevention. It's a lot easier to prevent a disease or disorder than it is to treat it.
The American Institute for Cancer Research says these foods have cancer-fighting compounds, and along with berries, coffee, garlic, squash, and flaxseed, just to name a few, you can pack in powerful nutrients with anti-cancer effects. The hope is that in the same way they help restore the body,
I'd like to learn more about how food can help in that process.
they boost what it takes to fight off this illness too. Now, as for what to reduce, not these, but a little less alcohol, fewer processed meats, and fewer sugary drinks, all now associated with reducing risks for certain types of cancer. With your health news, I'm Liz Bonus reporting.
A couple takes several extra steps to connect with people from all backgrounds.
Still ahead, see how they're walking to remind others that change starts with kindness, compassion, and the way we listen to one another.
You have a penchant for spooky evidence.
I'm talking about extraterrestrial life alive on this planet.
They simply disappeared without a trace.
It's impossible.
This may involve a deeper conspiracy.
So now we're chasing ghosts?
Who are you gonna call?
Hey, Scully, look at this.
There's nothing you can do.
What can you do? Deny everything.
Won't get away with this. Can't bury the truth.
The X-Files, every weeknight on Comet.
Something's been unleashed here, Scully.
SNL is crashing your weekdays.
What?
With all your favorites. More Pete.
We crazy.
And Weekend Update? Yep, all on weekdays.
I think I'm about to laugh right now.
Saturday Night Live. Weekdays on Roar.
AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions, we execute fully integrated campaigns that turns awareness into action, placing your brand exactly where your audience is. From hyper-targeted digital to the impact of streaming and audio, we connect brands to consumers with what they love in real time. Partnering with us means more reach, more precision, more results. Tap, scan, amplify. And let's make something extraordinary happen. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
Tommy and Proctor back together. The scene where you kill my boy Jerry off.
The only guy in America said he found that scene funny.
The line, "It is for you." And the director, he kept wanting me to hit you, but I didn't want to do it. So every take I kept going, "It is for you."
Do you suffer from chronic boredom? Do you experience dull moments or an uncontrollable urge to scroll aimlessly? Then it's time to check out Game Center. Game Center is the best place to exercise your brain. Put an end to fun deficiency with endless game options that will increase joy, sharpen your mind, and turn dull moments into big wins. Why risk everyday boredom when you could be having a blast? Side effects may include excessive smiling, happiness brain overload, and spontaneous fist pumping. Check out Game Center. Game Center. Fun for your mind anytime, anywhere. No prescription needed.
These truckers take on the unthinkable.
It's a little bit unnerving.
Driving a 2-ton big rig on a road of pure ice.
It's a lot more fun.
Ice Road Truckers. Weeknights on The Nest.
What's up? It's Candace Parker.
And I'm Aaliyah Boston. Together, we host Post Moves, where hoops meets real talk.
This week, we've got a legend in the building, Becky Hammond.
She's a Trailblazer, Hall of Famer, 3-time WNBA champion coach.
Check out Post Moves. New episode with Becky Hammond this week.
The Mega Millions jackpot is inching closer to $1 billion after no one matched all 6 numbers in last night's drawing. The jackpot is now at $965 million. The estimated cash payout is $445 million. The next drawing is Friday. In case you were wondering, the odds of winning the jackpot are 1 in 290.5 million.
Crossing the country to spread positivity, gratitude, and human connection. That is the mission behind a couple walking across all 50 states. We introduce you to the two who call themselves the Walking America couple. 12,000 miles through all 50 states is a long way, but for Paige and Torrin Ruse, the journey is worth it.
Some days you walk up mountains, some days you walk through the rain, some days you talk to over 100 people. You never know what you're going to get.
What started as a simple adventure to see America's beauty has turned into something much deeper. A mission to connect a divided country, one step in one conversation at a time.
Change hearts and minds. Break down some of the walls that are dividing us and build bridges instead.
So far, they've been to dozens of states, now making their way through California from the Canada border down to Mexico.
Gone from forests to cities so quickly.
But it's the people they've met that leaves the biggest mark. Along the way, they've been welcomed into hundreds of homes fed by strangers who quickly became friends. And it's those moments that have restored their faith and humanity. They now hope to share that with others.
It's all about training the mind and showing people what we're capable, how much we can change our perspective to be happier, to be more resilient, to be more loving and less judgmental.
Through their social media posts, they're sharing a simple message.
We're seeking to change people within, and that will eventually result in the change outside that we're all hoping for.
A message they hope travels further than they do.
From Local 12, the Weather Authority. This is meteorologist Ann Campolongo's hour-by-hour forecast.
Well, we can't have bad weather on Ann's birthday, right?
And we didn't.
No.
It got way warmer today.
I know, so nice. We kind of overachieved in the temperature department today.
Okay,
so.
that's what we like to see.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Yes, it's been a great day, lots of sunshine. It's also Paula Tody's birthday, so don't forget
Oh my goodness.
Did you know that?
Well, actually, I did, but I didn't realize.
Yeah,
you
I
too.
just found out today. Isn't that cool?
Big old celebration.
Yeah, we should just
We're shutting it down.
Eat cake the rest of the day
Let's do
here
it.
at the
Let's
station.
do it.
So, yeah, it's been a great day. Lots of sunshine, and we've got more sun coming our way here for the rest of the week. So, if you maybe didn't get a chance to enjoy today's beautiful weather, a little bit on the breezy side, you've got some more days to do so. Temperatures are anywhere from the mid-50s all the way up closer to that 60-degree mark over at CVG. We're at 58 there at Lunken, mid-50s there for both Wilmington as well as Batesville. So it's been a nice afternoon. Our temperatures will hang out in the low 40s as we go closer towards sunset. And then after sunset, by midnight or so, we're back to the low 40s as well. Partly cloudy skies here. We will see an increase in clouds, I think, as we head closer towards sunset and afterwards here tonight. But for now, mostly sunny skies out there for the 4 o'clock hour. So we will continue with the nice weather over the next couple of days. Winds have been gusting anywhere from about 25 to 35 miles per hour this afternoon. And we still have a little bit of a breeze today and this afternoon. We're hanging out winds sustained between about 10 to 20 miles per hour currently. Those winds do die down later on tonight. So we will lose that breeze during the overnight hours. Our skies stay mostly clear. We'll see a few clouds from time to time here this evening. So if you are trying to check out the northern lights here again, the storm likely not as strong as what we saw last night. So it may be just a touch harder to see those lights. With the naked eye, you'll definitely probably need your phone, and you'll probably need to go a little bit into a darker area or outside of towns or cities with that light pollution potentially to see that here tonight. Clouds also could be just a little bit of an issue. It doesn't look super cloudy, but I think we will have clouds from time to time here after sunset through at least midnight or so into the pre-dawn hours tomorrow. We head into Thursday, though. We're in the 30s to start off the day. We're back to near 60 by the afternoon. A lot of sunshine here tomorrow. We will keep it dry as we head closer towards the weekend and for your Friday forecast as well. So tonight, back down to the mid-30s, just above the freezing mark. Partly cloudy skies here later on this evening. And then we get into the day tomorrow. More sunshine. Going into your Thursday, we'll keep temperatures right around 50 here by the lunch hour. So we warm things up nicely again tomorrow, upper 50s, almost like rinse and repeat here as far as the forecast is concerned tomorrow. High temperatures a little bit above normal for this time of year. Our 7-day forecast puts the temperatures back near 70 on Saturday. Our next front comes through Saturday night, so that will bring rain chances by late Saturday into Sunday morning. I think Monday is dry, but our temperatures are a little bit cooler. Highs in the low 50s there on Monday, and then we're back to the mid 50s by next Tuesday and Wednesday. It looks like our next good measurable rain likely will come by the middle part of next week with some rain chances there both Tuesday and Wednesday.
Well, a relaxing day on the water takes a wild turn for a windsurfer in Australia. If you look closely in the middle of your screen right there, you'll see the surfer knocked off his board and pulled underwater by a shark. 61-year-old Andy McDonald says, as you might expect, it hit him out of the blue.
The shark must have dived because everything went underwater, myself and all my gear. And at that point, I was like punching it and wrestling with it and pretty much just trying to get away from it and kicking it.
Yeesh. I don't know how, but somehow he walked away unharmed. His board didn't fare so well, though, taking a huge bite from that shark. McDonald said he already bought a new one and that nothing will keep him off the water. It would keep me off the water.
Yeah, he had to swim far to get to shore after that, too. Traditional bagpipes meet rock and roll today, leading to a new world record. Hundreds of Australians played AC/DC's iconic anthem. It's a long way to the top. 374 pipers, including a 98-year-old musician, gave a rendition of the Aussie rock band classic.
Well, I've been playing bagpipes since I was 9, and I'm just sort of thinking this would be a bit of fun towards the end of my career. Go out with a bang.
The performance comes on the same day AC/DC takes the stage for their first concert down under in a decade. Millions of Americans are still going without SNAP food benefits.
Coming up, Local 12's Chloe Markley shows us how local fire departments are stepping up to help.
SNL is crashing your weekdays.
What?
With all your favorites. More Pete.
We crazy.
And Weekend Update? Yep, all on weekdays.
I think I'm about to laugh right now.
Saturday Night Live. Weekdays on Roar.
Do you suffer from chronic boredom? Then it's time to check out Game Center, the best place to exercise your brain. Put an end to fun deficiency with endless game options that will increase joy, sharpen your mind, and turn dull moments into big wins. Game Center, fun for your mind anytime, anywhere.
Tommy and Proctor back together. The scene where you kill my boy Jerry off.
The only guy in America said he found that scene funny.
The line, "It is for you." And the director, he kept wanting me to hit you, but I didn't want to do it. So every take I kept going, "It is for you."
All right, listen up. This fall, game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. It's a powerful way to watch live local football games. Catch every play in jaw-dropping detail with premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Get big kickoff energy with a stress-free, simple setup. Just plug in a small modern antenna and boom, your TV's got game. Watch your local games for free this season with Next Gen TV. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The word on the street is
Murder.
murder. And every case has got something to say.
He said, she said.
You trying to get me to admit something?
Killing him.
You're under arrest for murder.
Law and Order Criminal Intent. Weeknights on Charge.
What's up? It's Candace Parker.
And I'm Aaliyah Boston. Together, we host Post Moves, where hoops meets real talk.
This week, we've got a legend in the building, Becky Hammond.
She's a trailblazer, Hall of Famer, 3-time WNBA champion coach.
Check out Post Moves. New episode with Becky Hammond this week.
You have a penchant for spooky evidence.
I'm talking about extraterrestrial life alive on this planet.
They simply disappeared without a trace.
It's impossible.
This may involve a deeper conspiracy.
So now we're chasing ghosts?
Who are you gonna call?
Hey, Scully, look at this.
There's nothing you can do.
What can you do? Deny everything.
Won't get away with this. Can't bury the truth.
The X-Files. Every weeknight on Comet.
Something's been unleashed here, Scully.
AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. We turn awareness into action with fully integrated campaigns that meet your customer where they are. Tap, scan, amplify. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
The National News Desk delivers breaking news from across America.
First responders are uniting to help fight hunger in Claremont County. Local 12's Chloe Markley shows us how you can make a difference today.
Hi, we're here at the Miami Township Police Department, just one of the many different spots you guys can drop off your non-perishable items today. So I'm holding some green beans and potatoes. We all know Thanksgiving, just a couple weeks away. So of course these families, Thousands of families, John, in Claremont County are relying on places like you guys, churches, fire departments, people to really step up times of need, right?
Yeah, this is a need, and at the heart of this food drive is, neighbor helping neighbor and community helping community.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking around. So this is completely stocked. This is a 24/7 pantry, right? People can come in here whenever they want.
Yeah, this is, at a lot of churches and here at Miami Township Police Department, we have a pantry. It's open 24/7 in the lobby. When this first started, this did not look as well stocked as it was. We know here at Milford Schools and other local pantries, they were hit very hard.
Yeah, I'm looking around. Of course, we have canned goods. What's in need, though? Maybe you're hearing from families. I know kids stuff is always important.
Yeah, that's a great point. Some things that we don't think about sometimes with the people who do get SNAP benefits and others, personal hygiene products and also cleaning supplies. Also, we're feeding families and kids. Carbohydrates, of course, the kids love mac and cheese and spaghetti and meatballs. And then also for our young toddlers and babies, and also diapers are in need.
Can't forget about all the kids stuff because that adds up to it's so expensive. Hygiene products also good because with SNAP benefits, that was included. Now with that being cut, they're not unable to afford it, I bet.
Yeah, absolutely. We have been very fortunate that people do use this local pantry. But I think that maybe the greatest thing that we get to experience by giving is that we do get to see that relief over that mother or that father's face when they know that they're getting support from their neighbors and their community.
Absolutely, such a need. Okay, really quickly, let's talk about details for today if people do want to help here in Claremont County.
Yeah, so in Goshen, Milford, and Miami Township at churches and the fire department, we will be accepting goods from 3 to 7 p.m. at each location. And also, if you can't make it, you can contact a local grocery that does delivery. And here in Miami Township, you can have it delivered to 5900 McPicken Drive.
Okay, I think that's another great option. Just really convenient for people, too. They don't have to be in the cold. Just get them delivered. Perfect idea. Thank you for that, John. If you missed that, they're collecting those donations until 7 tonight. We have a list of all those different locations on local12.com. Go to the Get It Now links and just search Claremont County Food Drive. For now, back to you.
The Ohio Department of Job and Family Services says partial SNAP benefits for November will go out as soon as today. Now, under the new USDA guidelines, Ohioans on SNAP will see a 35% reduction in their benefits this month. That's all the time. First at 4, Local 12 News Live at 5 starts now.
Breaking news alerts and the Weather Authority forecast. This is Local 12 News.
Good evening, I'm Paula Toti.
And I'm Kyle Linsky. Growing problems with crime and late night gatherings near UC is prompting some action by Cincinnati City Council.
Today, council members decided to address a spike in youth crime on Short Vine Street in Corryville by enacting a special curfew. Local 12's Katie Amrine joins us live from Short Vine with details and reaction to the move. Katie?
Yeah, Paula, adding a curfew for minors on Short Vine Street is just one way police are trying to decrease criminal activity. And in chatting with a manager of a business nearby, he's excited about the curfew being implemented.
Cincinnati police have seen an increase in crime on Short Vine Street in Corryville.
Well, I think that we've been hearing about a lot of issues up there.
Just a few weeks ago on Halloween, shots were fired around 2 a.m., causing panic. While police are still looking for a suspect in that case, officers near UC say they've had several issues with minors lingering into the early morning hours. To combat the issue, Cincinnati City Council's Public Safety Committee voted to impose a special curfew on Short Vine.
We've had some unfortunate things occur. I think this is a tool to maybe help sift some of the young people out, that we can address the other issues without having that challenge equally as well.
From 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., minors won't be allowed out in the district without being accompanied by an adult. Parents can face minor misdemeanor charges for repeated violations.
How are you going about enforcing the curfew?
We're going to be active partners with the city of Cincinnati. This gives us an opportunity to go up and talk to some of our young people. Certainly compliance is always the goal. If we can issue warnings that say, hey, we're getting close to that 9 p.m. hour, if you're not supposed to be here, then, so hopefully that is the way this occurred.
Oh, no, I think it would help a lot actually.
Manager of Cincy Steak and Lemonade, Mo Saleh, says young folks lingering near his business have been a problem.
It takes a role on me, especially because I have to go outside and deal with it. I feel like I don't have to deal with that type of stuff. I feel like, especially as parents for those kids, they should step in and say, hey, like, you need to act mature around other adults. You need to respect other people.
The new curfew has put Saleh and his staff at ease.
It takes away the stress from me and the stress for other customers that come in and try to enjoy their food.
Public Safety Committee Chair Scotty Johnson says this is a necessary step in reducing crime.
Just what is your response to parents who may have issues with the curfew?
My response is help us. Help us help you. Help us help your young people stay safe.
Now, the curfew is temporary, but council members plan to reconvene with police at a later date to see if they should make it permanent. Live in Corryville, Katie Emrine, Local 12 News.
Thank you, Katie. And the curfew is in addition to similar curfews already in place for the Central Business District downtown and an OTR south of Liberty Street.
A local man learns his sentence after living with his wife's corpse for days. Today, a judge sentenced Tyler Hearn to 15 months in prison on a charge of abuse of a corpse. Hearn was arrested in February after police found Laura Hearn's decomposing body on a bed in the couple's apartment in Highland Heights. Officers said that Hearn told them that he found his wife dead and did not try to get help. The attorney for a driver who crashed into a local home said his client is very remorseful. Shani Henry faced a judge this morning on charges of aggravated vehicular assault. His attorney says that it was not intentional. Police say Henry crashed his pickup truck into a home in Springfield Township on Monday afternoon. The assistant prosecutor says a woman and a baby in the home were hurt when they were pinned to the wall by a couch, I should say. Investigators believe Henry was involved in 2 hit and runs in Mount Healthy just before this wreck. Court documents say Henry was under the influence, but his attorney denied that.
An assistant prosecutor says a child porn investigation is particularly disturbing because the ages of the children. Robert Shepard was arrested this morning on 4 counts of pandering sexually oriented material involving a minor and 1 count of illegal use of a minor and nudity oriented material. Court documents say detectives found graphic images of children. The assistant prosecutor says the ages of the children depicted range from 1 to 10 years old. A judge set bond for the Cleves man at $350,000. A man was struck and killed while walking in Sharonville last night. Police are looking for the driver who hit him and took off. Crews were called to Providence Way at 11. They found 55-year-old Michael Craig injured. Craig was rushed to the hospital where he died from his injuries. Investigators believe that he may have been hit by a pickup truck with possible front-end damage and a broken windshield. Well, after the week started with snow and a cold snap, now everyone's talking about how nice it is today and all the beautiful pictures we're seeing from the beautiful bright sky last night.
It was quite a show. So a geomagnetic storm, I have no clue what that is, but that's what it was, meant that the northern lights were visible right here in the tri-state. So we say thank you to that geomagnetic storm. You have been sending lots and lots of pictures of the nights of the lights to chime in, and you can see the purple and the green hues in the sky. Send your pictures and videos to local12.com/chime in. Chief Meteorologist John Gum spotted the northern lights himself. He is here now with your no-wait weather. And John, I'm told there's a chance we could see him again tonight?
There's a chance we could see him again tonight. And speaking of that geomagnetic storm, Kyle, I've got a video over on my Facebook page. Teaches you all about it, so I can tell you what that's about. But yeah, last night we had what we call a K8 geomagnetic storm. That's the strength. That means right into the tri-state, the northern lights were visible with the naked eye. Well, tonight it's expected to be a little weaker, a K7, so that would mean northern Indiana, northern Ohio would be visible. But around here, it's possible you could see them maybe with your camera, doing a time exposure, and your camera can see a little more light than your naked eye. That's the forecast now, but I will caution you that these forecasts are extremely difficult. In fact, last night, it was stronger and earlier than what the Spatial Weather Prediction Center forecasted. There's a Miami University cam, clear skies right now. The temperatures, they warmed into the upper 50s today. 55 degrees, still breezy. West-northwest winds at 13. We're 18 degrees warmer now than this time yesterday. A weak cold front pushing through the area. Behind that front, well, we might cool off slightly tomorrow, but it's not going to be a big change. In fact, tonight we fall back through the 40s, clear to eventually partly cloudy skies. If you're going to look for the aurora tonight, get out there early, right after the sun sets, because that might bring the best chance. Hey, we're warming up again. 60s in here. How long it lasts before we dip again and the showers return in your Weather Authority forecast.
Press Conference Playbook, sponsored by UC Health.
The Bengals are back at it this Sunday, fresh off a bye week that was more eventful than your typical midseason hiatus.
Yeah, the big news, quarterback Joe Burrow returning to the practice field well ahead of schedule following his Week 3 turf toe injury. So Burrow was back on the field for practice with the team this afternoon, and while he won't suit up for a game for at least a couple more weeks, the promise of his eventual return gives a big boost to this Bengals team that has basically limped to a 3-6 record so far this season. Until he does return, it is the ageless wonder who will once again take snaps, hoping to keep the Bengals' slim playoff chances yet alive. In the past 2 games, he really has had the offense rolling.
I think we've been moving the ball pretty well the last few weeks. I think we were going to that game just with a little bit of built-up confidence from the week before, and I just think when your offensive line's playing well, when you got guys that are winning, at the line of scrimmage, and then your run game can kind of, really find its groove. It can be tough. It's just sets up well for playing good offense. And I think that's what we were able to do.
You can watch Joe Flacco and the Bengals try to sweep the Steelers and get back in the win column at 1 o'clock on Sunday right here on Local 12. The longest government shutdown in history could soon come to an end. The final vote on a bill that could end the deadlock in Washington.
Newly released emails from Jeffrey Epstein put his case back in the spotlight. Next, the White House responds.
Do you want free internet? Forever? You got it. We're offering free fiber-powered internet when you switch 4 mobile lines to Spectrum. No internet bills, no internet taxes, ever again. Want it? Call this number to find out how.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
SNL is crashing your weekdays.
What?
With all your favorites. More Pete.
We crazy.
And Weekend Update? Yep, all on weekdays.
I think I'm about to laugh right now.
Saturday Night Live. Weekdays on Roar.
What's up? It's Candace Parker.
And I'm Aaliyah Boston. Together, we host Post Moves, where hoops meets real talk.
This week, we've got a legend in the building, Becky Hammond.
She's a trailblazer, Hall of Famer, 3-time WNBA champion coach.
Check out Post Moves. New episode with Becky Hammond this week.
AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions, we execute fully integrated campaigns that turns awareness into action, placing your brand exactly where your audience is. From hyper-targeted digital to the impact of streaming and audio, we connect brands to consumers with what they love in real time. Partnering with us means more reach, more precision, more results. Tap, scan, amplify. And let's make something extraordinary happen. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
Game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. Get live local college and NFL games with pictures so sharp it feels real. And premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Set it up once, watch free all season long. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Tommy and Proctor back together. The scene where you kill my boy Jerry off.
The only guy in America said he found that scene funny.
The line, "It is for you." And the director, he kept wanting me to hit you, but I didn't want to do it. So every take I kept going, "It is for you."
Knife strikes from all sides.
Could be a serial killer. She lied to us. Now you know who killed you.
We got something.
You're under arrest for murder.
Law and Order: Criminal Intent. Weeknights on Charge.
You have a penchant for spooky evidence.
I'm talking about extraterrestrial life alive on this planet.
They simply disappeared without a trace.
It's impossible.
This may involve a deeper conspiracy.
So now we're chasing ghosts?
Who are you gonna call?
Hey, Scully, look at this.
There's nothing you can do.
What can you do? Deny everything.
Won't get away with this. Can't bury the truth.
The X-Files. Every weeknight on Comet.
Something's been unleashed here, Scully.
Newly released emails from convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein call into question what President Trump did or did not know about Epstein's crimes. The emails released by House Democrats include a 2011 message from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine Maxwell. It says, quote, "I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump." And another, Epstein wrote about Trump in 2019, quote, "Of course he knew about the girls," as he asked Ghislaine to stop. President Trump has long denied any knowledge of Epstein's sex trafficking operation.
It's not a coincidence that the Democrats leaked these emails to the fake news this morning ahead of Republicans reopening the government. This is another distraction campaign by the Democrat and the liberal media.
Republicans are running a pedophile protection program. They are intentionally hiding the Jeffrey Epstein files, but those days are over.
With a new Democratic member being sworn in, a group of House lawmakers believes it will soon have the bipartisan votes to force the Justice Department to release all the files related to the Epstein case. That vote could come to the House floor as early as next month.
The House of Representatives is back in session and voting is underway on the bill to reopen the federal government. Debate and voting on the floor began about an hour ago, and this is a live look at the chamber as it makes progress. The bill is a stopgap measure that would reopen the government and keep it funded through January 30th. It would also reverse the mass firings made by the Trump administration during the shutdown and ensure that SNAP will be funded for the rest of the fiscal year. It does not include an extension of enhanced Obamacare subsidies that are set to expire at the end of the year.
Tensions between the United States and Venezuela are rising quickly. The Trump administration says it is focused on fighting drug trafficking, but as Atre Al-Nashar shows us, there are questions about whether the U.S. will launch strikes inside the country.
As America's growing military presence near Venezuela draws closer, Nicolas Maduro's government is mobilizing its own forces.
¡Despliega todo el personal!
Videos like this showing the beginning of what will be massive military exercises involving 200,000 troops in the air, land, and sea.
Nosotros seguiremos.
We will continue in our determination to prepare ourselves to defend our homeland in all areas. Whatever the threat, its intensity, its proportion, etc.
This came shortly after the U.S. military announced the Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group, with 4,000 sailors aboard, led by the world's largest aircraft carrier, entered Southern Command Tuesday.
On the U.S. side, it's plainly too large for a pure counter-narcotics operation. On Venezuela's side, I think the Maduro regime is sort of trying to simultaneously show resolve, but also not poke the bear too much.
The Pentagon says these forces will enhance and augment existing capabilities to disrupt narcotics trafficking and degrade and dismantle transnational criminal organizations. Since early September, on almost a weekly basis, the U.S. has carried out lethal strikes on boats in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific that the Trump administration says were transporting drugs to the United States. Like these two suspected drug boats hit Sunday. The Pentagon says 6 people were killed. On Tuesday, news broke that the United Kingdom is suspending sharing intelligence about suspected drug boats in the Caribbean with the United States.
The UK is potentially having concerns about the legality or the ethics, or the optics, for that matter, of U.S. strikes on drug boats.
The UK may also be concerned about what the Trump administration could do next.
They want to cooperate, but they don't want to be complicit, I think, in a regime change operation or in unilateral U.S. military attacks on Venezuela.
Colombia also halting its intelligence sharing with the U.S. Now, President Trump has maintained that regime change is not his goal, but he's also confirmed he authorized covert CIA operations inside Venezuela. In Washington, I'm Atre Al-Nashar.
From Local 12, the Weather Authority, this is Chief Meteorologist John Gumbs' hour-by-hour forecast.
Out of all the pictures, the thousands that you sent in last night and today, this is probably among my favorite. George snapped this one in Clarksville. Gorgeous shot there. The Veterans Day Northern Lights with the flag there. What a shot, George. Thank you for sharing that with us. And another one here, one of my faves, that one from Patrick in Belfast up in Highland County. Red barn, red Northern Lights, some green there too. Another spectacular shot. And I got to give a shout out to my man, Tyler Madden, here at Local 12. Snap this from the station parking lot last night. I mean, just a rare sight to see that into downtown Cincinnati. If you have pictures, we are still looking for them. Local12.com/chime in. What's the forecast looking like tonight? Well, probably not as good as it was last night. Last night we had a K8, which meant that right on down into Cincinnati, you saw it with the naked eye. Well, tonight they're forecasting a K7, which isn't quite as strong. That means that potentially you could see it with a camera phone. If a timed exposure, look through your camera phone, because that's the best way. That camera is so good in the phones now, it could just see low light situations. But north of us, it's likely where they're going to see it with the naked eye tonight. Of course, forecasting these is not an exact science, to say the least. We're equivalent to what weather forecasting was in the 1960s to what our ability is to forecast space weather right now. Hey, it's a temperature turnaround on our Earth weather. That polar vortex lobe, it's lifted on out of here. So we were back into the upper 50s today. We're going to get into the 60s going into Friday and Saturday. So the temperatures will continue to warm. In fact, a couple of degrees above normal tomorrow, about 5 above normal on Friday, and about 14 above normal Saturday before another front comes through and sends us back closer to normal early next week. There's our Covington camp. If you're looking for the northern lights tonight, get out right after sunset. The earlier the better tonight. 55, breezy west-northwest winds at 13. We'll fall back through the 50s into the 40s this evening, 47 by 7 o'clock and 41 at 11. So if you're going out to maybe try to spy the northern lights, make sure you got that jacket. 30s tomorrow morning, clear, a little colder than what it was this morning. And we're going to get into the upper 50s again tomorrow. Sunny, blue skies. Things looking quiet through tomorrow. We'll see some passing clouds tonight. And then tomorrow back into the upper 50s. On Friday, can't rule out a spotty sprinkle or a shower, especially early in the day. Otherwise, we're warming into the upper 50s to around 60 degrees and all the way to 69 Saturday before we turn cooler Sunday. It's that Saturday night into very early Sunday morning time frame that could bring a few showers along this cold front that ushers in the cooler air there for the second half of Sunday with falling temperatures. There's your 7-day from 58 tomorrow to 60 Friday. We're close to 70 Saturday, 52 falling Sunday with some showers possible in the morning. And then we're talking sunshine before some more showers return into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Meteorologist Ann Campolongo, the birthday girl. She's along at 5:30, shares a birthday with the one and only Paula Toti. That's kind of cool.
Everybody gets a birthday on this day. You and Ann, anybody
I-
else at home, happy birthday
Thank
to you
you.
too.
It's been a great day. A local group gives kids the chance to play and grow and doesn't charge them for anything.
With everything that we provide from the nutritional standpoint, from the educational standpoint, and then just like miscellaneous things, it's roughly about $4,000 to $4,500 a kid. Yeah, it's expensive.
The Cincinnati Grand Football Club is on a mission to level the playing field in the world of competitive youth soccer. Ahead tonight at 6, how it's combining athletics with academics and developing the next generation of great soccer players.
And a priest is in the bourbon business. Just ahead, what is special about these spirits?
You have a penchant for spooky evidence.
I'm talking about extraterrestrial life alive on this planet. They simply disappeared without a trace.
It's impossible.
This may involve a deeper conspiracy.
So now we're chasing ghosts?
Who are you gonna call? Hey, Scully, look at this.
There's nothing you can do.
What can you do? Deny everything.
Won't get away with this. You can't bury the truth.
The X-Files, every weeknight on Comet.
Something's been unleashed here, Scully.
The National News Desk. Locally covered, nationally connected.
We're talking about fires superheating anything in its path.
Delivers breaking news from across America at the Live Desk.
A search and rescue operation here.
The National News Desk tracks the next weather maker.
Crushed and carried downstream.
Choose America's News now. Each weeknight from the National News Desk.
The word on the street is
Murder.
Murder. And every case has got something to say.
He said, she said.
You trying to get me to admit something?
Killing him.
You're under arrest for murder.
Law and Order Criminal Intent. Weeknights on Charge.
Do you suffer from chronic boredom? Then it's time to check out Game Center, the best place to exercise your brain. Put an end to fun deficiency with endless game options that will increase joy, sharpen your mind, and turn dull moments into big wins. Game Center, fun for your mind anytime, anywhere.
SNL is crashing your weekdays.
What?
With all your favorites. More Peak.
We crazy.
And Weekend Update? Yep, all on weekdays.
I think I'm about to laugh right now.
Saturday Night Live. Weekdays on Roar.
Game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. Get live local college and NFL games with pictures so sharp it feels real. And premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Set it up once, watch free all season long. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Tommy and Proctor back together. The scene where you kill my boy Jerry off.
The only guy in America who said he found that scene funny.
The line, "It is for you." And the director, he kept wanting me to hit you, but I didn't want to do it. So every take I kept going, "It is for you."
This is a new world, and it demands smarter, faster ways to get noticed. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions makes that simple. We handle the strategy, targeting, and delivery so you can focus on what you do best. We turn awareness into action, putting your business right where it needs to be. More reach, more precision, real results. Tap, scan, amplify. Let's get you in front of the right people starting now. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
What's up? It's Candace Parker.
And I'm Aaliyah Boston. Together, we host Post Moves, where hoops meets real talk.
This week, we've got a legend in the building, Becky Hammon.
She's a trailblazer, Hall of Famer, 3-time WNBA champion coach.
Check out Post Moves. New episode with Becky Hammon this week.
IKEA is expanding here in the tri-state. The company plans to open a new kind of store in Florence. The concept will be what's known as a plan and order point. Customers can meet with an IKEA employee, order furniture, and get some design help. Then they can arrange for home or pickup. The new store will be smaller than IKEA's typical locations like the one in Westchester, so you won't be able to get those famous meatballs there. The 4,200 square foot store is planned for Florence Square on Mall Road. It's due to open in the spring. After 238 years, it's the end of the line for the penny. This afternoon, the U.S. Mint actually ended production of the 1-cent coin. Earlier this year, President Trump ordered the nation to stop making the penny, saying each one costs nearly 4 cents to create. Other coins like the nickel, dime, and quarter will remain in circulation. Although the penny already seems obsolete to some consumers, its removal is really going to cause problems for some merchants. Are they going to have to round up, or are they going to have to round down on their prices? And dropping the penny is going to create more need for nickels, which is a more expensive coin to mint. I think I need to start hoarding pennies, Kyle. I don't know.
I never have nickels, though. I have dimes and quarters. Nickels, I don't think I have a lot of nickels. All right. A well-known Kentucky priest is launching what he calls the Holy of Holy Spirits. That's right. It is a rare bourbon release aimed at raising money for a really good cause. We're talking about charity. Father Jim Sitchko from the Papal Missionary of Mercy based in Lexington announced the final bottle in his limited series, Papal Series. It's from a bourbon collaboration with the distillery in Bardstown. The bourbon is bottled at 125 proof, and the bottle features the coat of arms of the newly elected Pope Leo XIV. Of course it does. Proceeds here will support the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund, which helps riders who suffered life-altering injuries. Trooper Island Camp, that's a Kentucky State Police program providing free summer camp to kids, and Father Jim's Missionary Outreach, which runs assistance programs for families.
I think that's something that I think we're all called to do, to reach out, to find creative ways to assist the community and to always give back. Because when you give back, it always comes back to you 1,000-fold in various ways.
And amen to that. Collectors can bid online on 25 bottles in an auction starting at $750, or you can buy raffle tickets for a chance to win one of 3 bottles at $100 per ticket. A limited number of bottles will also be available for direct purchase for $1,267. That number is tied to Pope Leo being the 267th Pope. We have a link with more information at local12.com. Just hover on the news section, and then once you are there, click on the Get It Now links.
And that's all our time on Local 12 News Live at 5. Here's what's coming up next at 5:30.
details. All I know is they said that they was closing the church. There was a meeting that was supposed to be held on November the 7th, and the church was closed on November the 7th.
A church is forced to close its doors, leaving people who rely on its programs and services stuck. What's behind the move and what members of the congregation are saying tonight.
It's okay to stutter. That's the message today from parents and those who do have difficulty with speech. I'm Liz Bonus. What they want all of us to know. It is just ahead.
President Donald Trump's comments over bringing in foreign skilled workers is sparking a little bit of a MAGA meltdown. I'm Matt Gelka in Washington, and I'll explain coming up.
The National News Desk, a network of 4,000 local journalists.
This chemical is so toxic that it was removed from children's toys.
Covers America's news now.
Electric scooters are burning with no regulations.
Locally covered.
The medical community is sounding alarm bells.
Nationally connected.
I'm Kayla Gaskins in Tel Aviv.
Choose America's news now. Each weekday morning from the National News Desk.
AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. We turn awareness into action with fully integrated campaigns that meet your customer where they are. Tap, scan, amplify. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
SNL is crashing your weekdays.
What?
With all your favorites. More Peak.
We crazy.
And Weekend Update? Yep, all on weekdays.
I think I'm about to laugh right now.
Saturday Night Live. Weekdays on Roar.
What's up? It's Candace Parker.
And I'm Aaliyah Boston. Together, we host Post Moves, where hoops meets real talk.
This week, we've got a legend in the building, Becky Hammond.
She's a trailblazer, Hall of Famer, 3-time WNBA champion coach.
Check out Post Moves. New episode with Becky Hammond this week.
Do you suffer from chronic boredom? Then it's time to check out Game Center, the best place to exercise your brain. Put an end to fun deficiency with endless game options that will increase joy, sharpen your mind, and turn dull moments into big wins. Game Center, fun for your mind anytime, anywhere.
Hey, Scully, look at this.
There's nothing you can do.
What can you do? Deny everything.
Won't get away with this. Can't bury the truth.
The X-Files. Every weeknight on Comet.
Something's been unleashed here, Scully.
Game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. Get live local college and NFL games with pictures so sharp it feels real. And premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Set it up once, watch free all season long. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
These truckers take on the unthinkable.
It's a little bit unnerving.
Driving a 2-ton big rig on a road of pure ice.
It's a lot more fun.
Ice Road Truckers. Weeknights on The Nest.
The word on the street is
Murder.
Murder.
And every case has got something to say.
He said, she said.
You trying to get me to admit something? Killing him.
You're under arrest for murder.
Law and Order Criminal Intent. Weeknights on Charge.
Tommy and Proctor back together. The scene where you kill my boy Jerry off.
The only guy in America said he found that scene funny.
The line, "It is for you." And the director, he kept wanting me to hit you, but I didn't want to do it. So every take I kept going, "It is for you."
Breaking news alerts and the Weather Authority forecast. This is Local 12 News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us here at 5:30. I'm Adam Clements.
And I'm Megan Mongello. An alleged sexual assault at a local church leads to its doors being closed indefinitely.
The Diocese of Southern Ohio has suspended Grace Episcopal Church following the incident which involved 2 minors. Local 12's Morella Porter joins us live now from College Hill, where the church is still hosting its weekly dinner tonight. Morella.
Yeah, Adam, Megan, hundreds of people rely on Grace Episcopal Church for all kinds of support. On Wednesday nights, they host a free dinner. Tonight, it is in their parking lot because nobody is allowed inside of the church. Now, this hasn't stopped the call to serve for all of these volunteers who have showed up to make sure that families have food on the table tonight and throughout the week. But all of this has really blindsided church leaders and members of this church.
Parishioners are locked out.
Why? Wow.
Signs on the doors of Grace Episcopal Church telling them all operations and worship services have been paused, leaving members and volunteers confused.
I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. This church has a big impact on the community.
Bishop Kristen Ufelman-White suspended the church last week, citing a failure to report a sexual assault between 2 minors on church property and noncompliance with diocesan policies. In a statement, she said she was troubled to learn church leaders knew about the allegation for months before reporting it. The bishop says the incident happened in April, but her office didn't learn about it until September. Church leaders pushed back in a letter to the diocese, saying they cooperated with the investigation and provided timely information. All of this leaving parishioners in the dark.
This is the first I heard of the sexual assault, so I have no idea.
The church's letter called the suspension abrupt and a reckless disregard for the community they serve, shutting down worship services, recovery meetings, a food pantry, and an after-school program. Church leaders and members who signed the letter urged the bishop to reverse the decision, saying the suspension has shaken their trust in the Diocese of Southern Ohio. People who work with the church also want to see it reopen.
For them to close the doors like that and just deny all these people that are basically coming here for faith, right? I mean, this is a building of God, and for them to do that, it's beyond disappointing. You know, it's hurtful.
Now, the bishop was not available for an interview. However, a spokesperson did answer my questions over email. Now, in regards to the abrupt closure, I'm told that the bishop took all of the actions within her authority for this suspension. Now, the diocese says it will assess the building once it is fully vacated, and church leaders say that will determine what needs to be done to return to safe operations. I'm told there is not an established process for congregations to appeal the decision. The diocese says its staff has reached out to church leaders to figure out a date in the new year to start discussions about how they're going to reopen. However, there is no timeline for how long that might take. For now, live in College Hill, Morella Porter, Local 12 News.
Morella, thank you. Now, the diocese tells Local 12 that the alleged assault was reported to police in April. However, it says that the church did not report it, but instead became aware of the allegation from police. The church leader's letter to the diocese also includes a list of requests, one of them a public apology to a member of the board. If you'd like to see the entire letter and the full response from the Southern Diocese of Ohio to our questions, visit local12.com and click on this story.
Charges of aggravated menacing are dropped against an Ohio congressional candidate. Rosemary Oglesby Henry was charged back in September with pointing a gun at Kevin Farmer, who was running for city council in Cincinnati. He gave statements to police that led to her arrest. Farmer was later charged with burglary and violating a protection order after allegedly trespassing in Oglesby Henry's home on Halloween. He is still in jail, held on a $70,000 bond. She says she'll continue her congressional campaign.
A woman who was hit by a vehicle that didn't stop has died of her injuries. 30-year-old Kirsten Walker was found injured on the side of State Route 286 near Upper 5 Mile West Road in Brown County. This was on November 5th. She died yesterday. A passenger side mirror was found at the crash scene. Investigators say it could belong to a Chevrolet or GMC full-sized pickup. Anyone with information is asked to call authorities at 937-378-6191.
Cincinnati's plan to improve safety by restricting food trucks doesn't have the data to back it up. But a police captain at a public safety committee meeting today said officers have observed fewer crowds and fights. Still, in 2 months of data, there's only a modest impact of 6 or 7 fewer calls to those food truck zones. Back in September, the city manager's office said food trucks must close up shop by 11 p.m. Friday through Sundays in OTR, downtown, and the Banks. Today, some city council members suggested the city should get rid of the new curfew.
It hasn't been determined that any uptick in disorder has to do with the food trucks. And so we are hurting their businesses by limiting the hours.
The 11 p.m. curfew is staying in place for now, but a meeting in 2 weeks could change that.
The cleanup of the UPS plane crash site in Louisville is expanding 5 miles from the airport. Oil and debris seeped into several waterways, and crews are working to catch it. They say it's been contained to a drainage basin. Large pieces of sludge have been skimmed from the water by machines. Brooms are set up to absorb the floating oil, booms rather, the floating oil. Sponge-like devices are also soaking up the oil, which is then removed by the crews who are monitoring the waterways constantly.
We ask folks to avoid touching, swimming, fishing, or kayaking, or interacting in those waterways in any fashion, and keep your pets away from the water as well.
SD says the drinking water is safe to drink. There's no timeline on when the work will be complete. Well, you may find lower prices on certain items if you hit certain stores in the near future. Up next, the retailers that are cutting prices as we head into the holiday season.
Some people have trouble getting out the words they want to say. Still ahead, hear from those working to overcome a stutter and an event taking place this week that could help.
Target is dropping prices on 3,000 products to get consumers into the stores and help families stay on budget this holiday season. Prices on certain food, beverage, and essential items at Target will be reduced. Target also announced the return of its Thanksgiving meal deal. The retailer promotes that its holiday dinner will cost less than $5 per person. Meijer said today that it's also dropping prices on turkeys and 90 grocery staples ahead of Thanksgiving.
Ground is broken on a project in Batesville that will bring a world-class children's museum to Indiana. The ceremony took place at the site where the new Kids Discovery Factory is being built. What began with mobile programs and summer camps will turn into a 10,000 square foot, 3-story hub for hands-on STEAM learning. The executive director says it's where imagination meets innovation. Kids Discovery Factory shared these images with us, and kids even got in on the fun, turning the dirt and exploring the construction equipment. The Bright Lights of Hollywood are coming to Wyoming. A feature film called The Chaperones will be shooting scenes in and around a private home tomorrow. As a result, Wilmeth Road will be closed tomorrow from Springfield Pike to Burns. The closure starts at 4 tomorrow afternoon. Other surrounding streets will be closed from 11 tomorrow night until 2 in the morning.
Well, in the midst of his immigration crackdown, President Trump changes his tune on allowing some foreign workers into the country. What he's saying now and how his base is reacting.
Every 2 minutes in the U.S., someone is diagnosed with lung cancer. What may be behind the disturbing trend coming up?
Well, the warm-up has started after a frigid start to the week. Meteorologist Ann Campolongo tells us what's in store for the rest of the week and when more rain is going to move into the area.
What makes us human? Humanity is found in the actions that redefine care. Actions that we at TriHealth take every day. By seeing those who feel invisible, hearing needs that have been ignored. TriHealth is healing the body and the human spirit, so all can know and live a better life.
Game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. Get live local college and NFL games with pictures so sharp it feels real, and premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Set it up once, watch free all season long. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Hey, Scully, look at this.
There's nothing you can do.
What can you do?
Deny everything.
Won't get away with this. Can't bury the truth.
The X-Files, every weeknight on Comet.
Something's been unleashed here, Scully.
The Nest invites you to explore cities across America and the crimes that turned them upside down. Lust, greed, and murder. City Confidential, weeknights on the Nest.
AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions, we execute fully integrated campaigns that turns awareness into action, placing your brand exactly where your audience is. From hyper-targeted digital to the impact of streaming and audio, we connect brands to consumers with what they love in real time. Partnering with us means more reach, more precision, more results. Tap, scan, amplify. And let's make something extraordinary happen. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
The word on the street is
Murder.
murder. And every case has got something to say.
He said, she said.
You trying to get me to admit something?
Killing him.
You're under arrest for murder.
Law and Order Criminal Intent. Weeknights on Charge.
Tommy.
Congress is set to take the next step needed to reopen the federal government after the longest shutdown in history. The House of Representatives is set to vote on the measure that passed the U.S. Senate last night. Local 12's James Pilcher is monitoring the debate that began less than 2 hours ago. He's live in our studio with what's happening and some of the highlights so far. James?
Yeah, the federal shutdown entered its 43rd day today, and the end could be near. This is a live look at the debate going on right now. A small group of Democratic senators broke with their party and voted with Republicans last night to reopen the government, and that was without getting the subsidies for health insurance restored, which were at the heart of the Democrats' efforts. Republicans did agree to hold a vote on restoring those subsidies in December, but there's no guarantee. There were some concessions. Federal workers laid off during the shutdown get their jobs back, and all workers get back pay. Today, it's the House's turn to consider the continuing resolution, or CR. Debate began almost 2 hours ago, and it's gotten heated at times, with both parties blaming each other for the shutdown.
On September 19th, House Republicans passed a continuing resolution that funded critical services and would have given us time to negotiate long-term solutions. It was a yes vote to keep the government open, to pay our troops, air traffic controllers, and federal employees. Every Democrat but one voted no.
CR, this dirty CR, which does nothing to solve the healthcare crisis, is one of the most immoral, unethical, evil things that I have ever seen happen in all my time in Congress. But it's just part of a larger pattern of indifference from Republicans that we have seen time after time after time.
I reached out to several area congressmen. I did learn Cincinnati Democrat Greg Landsman intends to vote against the measure when the House votes in about 2 hours. If it passes as expected, it goes to President Trump for his signature. It would officially reopen the government, but many of the programs will take some time to ramp back up. Megan, back to you.
Well, are American workers talented enough to revitalize U.S. manufacturing? As Matt Gelka reports, some comments from the president are raising eyebrows, even among his supporters.
While the Trump administration continues an ongoing immigration crackdown, the president went out of his way to defend the H-1B visa program, which allows employers to hire specialized foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we
a
have
country
plenty of talented people
no,
here.
you don't. No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles.
Those comments are a sharp contrast to an executive order the president signed in September, making it harder to get the H-1B visas by upping the application cost to $100,000. The previous fee was between $2,000 and $5,000. But the comments were also taken as a major slight against American workers from some of the president's most loyal defenders.
All the visa programs, I think we got enough folks. I just think we got enough folks for right now. Until everybody gets a good, high-paying, high-value-added job.
Numerous pro-MAGA voices on social media were outraged, with some calling it insanity and others saying we're going to lose the midterms so badly. Other members of the Trump administration defended the comments Wednesday.
An American can't have that job
because it's specific skills.
Because we haven't built ships in the U.S. for years. We haven't built semiconductors. So this idea of overseas partners coming in, teaching American workers, then returning home, that's a home run.
The visa issue has been an ongoing MAGA civil war since late last year, when then-Trump ally Elon Musk and former presidential candidate and Trump supporter Vivek Ramaswamy were heavily criticized for backing H-1B visas to bring in tech workers. Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka.
The grandson of President John F. Kennedy is running for public office. Jack Schlossberg is the son of Caroline Kennedy Schlossberg. The 32-year-old Democrat is running to succeed Congressman Jerry Nadler in New York's 12th congressional district. He's been critical of both President Trump and his cousin, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Schlossberg could face a crowded field of challengers, including former Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney and Cameron Kasky, who's a survivor of the Parkland High School shooting.
Pope Leo wants to talk to movie makers about promoting human values. He'll welcome a number of Hollywood stars and executives this Saturday at the Vatican, including Spike Lee and Cate Blanchett. The Vatican shared 4 of the Pope's all-time favorite films. Included are It's a Wonderful Life and The Sound of Music. The 1980 movie Ordinary People, directed by Robert Redford, was on the list. So was Life is Beautiful.
Up to 20% of lung cancers each year happen in people who've never smoked or have smoked very little. Many of them are younger. Doctors with the Ohio State University Comprehensive Cancer Center say right now only people ages 50 to 80 with a smoking history are recommended to be screened for lung cancer. But it can be caused by several factors, including environmental exposures to things like radon, asbestos, and air pollution.
You know your body better than anybody else, and so you deserve a thorough investigation if you have any symptoms that you're concerned about.
Genetics and having a family history or certain gene mutations raises the risk, as well as breathing in secondhand smoke.
From Local 12, the Weather Authority. This is meteorologist Ann Campolongo's hour-by-hour forecast.
Lots of folks talking about the amazing light show we got, and we could have a repeat tonight.
There's a possibility. Probably, maybe not the best chance compared to last night, but if you're out there searching, you might be able to catch them later tonight.
I missed it last night, but I saw all the pictures, the amazing pictures that folks have been sending us on Chime In, local12.com/Chime In. Send yours. We'll put them on TV, possibly. Who knows?
Yeah, they could be anywhere. We've got some good ones to show you now, too. We've got Linda Hall over from Hanover Township here. She caught this one last evening. And if we do see the lights tonight, again, maybe not as bright or as extreme as this showing that we got last night. The geomagnetic storm last evening was pretty extreme. Tonight we're expecting maybe not as an extreme of a show this evening. This one also sent in by Paul. Thank you so much over in Maysville. Another great shot here. And we got this one as well up in Aurora, Indiana. Good showing of lights there. So again, if you can't see it with your naked eye, try your phone on night mode, put it on the long exposure, take a shot, and see what you can come up with. And maybe they're out there, but you just can't see it with your eyes alone. So that's some tips. Also, if you head further north here this evening, that might be a better time or a better chance to see the lights here tonight. Again, the storm not quite as strong tonight, at least the forecasted storm, not quite as strong as what we saw last evening. So that's why we think there might not be the best chance to see the lights as well as last evening. But if you head further north, away from light pollution, it is possible. We're gonna be right here on the fringe where they're visible in the tri-state. You'll definitely need a camera if you're in Cincinnati or surrounding areas to see those lights. The further north you go, the better shot of seeing those just being outside. Temperature-wise, it's been pretty comfortable here today. Mid and upper 50s out there for high temperatures this afternoon. That's kind of where we stand currently. It is comfortable. The winds have been breezy today, but those do back off as we head into the overnight hours tonight. Temperatures running 15 to 20 degrees warmer than the same time yesterday afternoon. So it's definitely been comfortable out there. Tonight, we will fall into the low 40s as we head closer towards 10 and 11 this evening. We are mostly clear now, but I think there will be some clouds that roll in later on this evening after sunset. So again, that could hinder us seeing some of those northern lights again this evening. So keep that in mind. Winds are starting to back off quite a bit this evening, sustained right now between about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Those clouds will roll in after sunset tonight, closer towards 9 and 10 o'clock. Some light clouds move in. They kind of stick around through the overnight, but I think by the time we're waking up on Thursday, we're back to clear skies tomorrow morning. Temperatures rebound back up into the mid and upper 50s again tomorrow. So I think temperature-wise, we'll be pretty close to where we were today. Tonight, a chilly one. Partly cloudy skies, the northern lights again, possibly checking those out later on this evening. Temperatures back into the mid 30s here tonight. And we head into the day tomorrow. I think we start off in the mid 30s. We climb into the 40s by the time we head closer towards the lunch hour, right around 50 degrees at noon. And then we'll take things close to that 60-degree mark again tomorrow. More sunshine, blue sky expected Thursday. Thursday and Friday look to be pretty great days here as we wrap up this work week. Back to near 70 on Saturday. Next chance for rain comes Saturday night into maybe early Sunday morning. Otherwise, daytime hours Saturday and Sunday I think will be dry. So that's some good news there. Gets a little bit chillier though Sunday afternoon and into the first part of next week.
And thank you. Combining athletics and academics to create the next generation of great soccer players. Ahead at 6, how a local youth soccer club is changing the game to help all the kids who want to play.
What's up? It's Candace Parker.
And I'm Aaliyah Boston. Together, we host Post Moves, where hoops meets real talk.
This week, we've got a legend in the building, Becky Hammond.
She's a trailblazer, Hall of Famer, 3-time WNBA champion coach.
Check out Post Moves, new episode with Becky Hammond this week.
The National News Desk, a network of 4,000 local journalists.
The medical community is sounding alarm bells.
Covers America's news now, each weekday morning from the National News Desk.
Weeknights. The Nest invites you to explore cities across America.
It's a friendly town.
From bucolic villages to urban capitals.
It was a great time to be growing up.
And the crimes that turned them upside down.
The DeKalb County family broke all of these rules.
Business involved death.
It was a favorite place to eat until they discovered that murder was on the menu.
Crimes of lust, greed, and murder. City Confidential. Weeknights on the Nest.
Do you suffer from chronic boredom? Do you experience dull moments or an uncontrollable urge to scroll aimlessly? Then it's time to check out Game Center. Game Center is the best place to exercise your brain, put an end to fun deficiency with endless game options that will increase joy, sharpen your mind, and turn dull moments into big wins. Why risk everyday boredom when you could be having a blast? Side effects may include excessive smiling, happiness, brain overload, and spontaneous fist pumping. Check out Game Center. Game Center. Fun for your mind anytime, anywhere. No prescription needed.
AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions, we execute fully integrated campaigns that turns awareness into action, placing your brand exactly where your audience is. From hyper-targeted digital to the impact of streaming and audio, we connect brands to consumers with what they love in real time. Partnering with us means more reach, more precision, more results. Tap, scan, amplify. And let's make something extraordinary happen. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
You have a penchant for spooky evidence.
I'm talking about extraterrestrial life alive on this planet. They simply disappeared without a trace.
It's impossible.
Local families are invited to attend the 25th annual Fluency Friday workshop this week. Medical reporter Liz Bonus has the details.
Hey there, everybody, it's okay to stutter. That's the message today from speech pathologists who work with those who have this speech condition.
So let's say the athlete I like best is Messi.
The athlete that I like best is Messi.
Those such as Marquise Brown, or MJ as he's known. He's now 9 years old and in the 4th grade.
Messi.
Messi.
Even though the international soccer star Lionel Messi may have been top of mind for MJ, as a student who stutters,
I don't ever want him to be teased for it.
his mom, Maisha Jewell, told me sometimes he just can't get the words out.
I think it's just important for parents to understand, just let this be your child's reality.
MJ's been working with therapists here at Ohio's Cincinnati Children's Hospital to learn easier ways to talk.
He was aware of his stuttering and it was bothering him.
These speech and language specialists, along with the University of Cincinnati College of Medicine and others, hosting the 25th National Fluency Friday workshop this week.
There's a lot of kids that are my friends.
MJ will be there, along with a lot of other kids who stutter from all over the country.
Many children have never met another child who stutters, so to be able to come together and be part of a group of people is really empowering for kids.
The real message?
It's okay to stutter. It just might take you a little bit longer to get your words out, but that's okay.
As for what MJ says he wants all of us to know most about stuttering,
That is not something that I can spread. It's only a thing about like you.
MJ shared this with us because he told me people have asked about stuttering being contagious. Fluency Friday is this Friday, November the 14th on UC's campus. It's free and open to parents and families. Runs from 9 to 4 in the Health Sciences building. We also have a link to register. If you'd like more information, just go to local12.com and click inside this story.
That's all the time we have at 5:30. Now here are Kyle and Paula with Local 12 News live at 6.
How can we take this opportunity and do a better job of connecting our neighborhoods and really help make this work an asset?
Changing the face of downtown Cincinnati, the new plans to reshape the city following the Brent Spence Companion Bridge project. Brand new Jeffrey Epstein emails released, the latest bombshells dropped by Democratic lawmakers that appear to show what the president knew from Epstein himself.
It's really nice watching them be able to grow, not just on the field, but in school too.
Changing the game of competitive youth soccer. Meet the club combining athletics with academics and developing the next generation of great soccer players. This is Local 12 News, live at 6.
Breaking news alerts and the Weather Authority forecast. This is Local 12 News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for Local 12 News live at 6. Members of Cincinnati City Council are taking action to deal with a spike in youth crime in an area near the University of Cincinnati.
Yeah, at a meeting of Council's Public Safety Committee this morning, members voted to impose a special curfew zone on Short Vine Street in Corryville. So from 9 p.m. until 5 a.m., minors won't be allowed out in that district unless they're with an adult.
This is in addition to the curfews already in place for the Central Business District, downtown, and an OTR south of Liberty Street. Parents can face minor misdemeanor charges for repeated violations. The committee's chair says this is a necessity. They say that problems with children can be reduced if parents are held accountable.
It has to start at home. We got to have the assistance of parents. We got to have the assistance of community to help us make sure young people are safe in the city also.
The curfew is temporary, but council will reconvene with police at a later date to see if it could be made permanent. A new arena and high rises downtown, new dedicated bike and walking paths from I-74 down to the Ohio River, returning Queensgate to a vibrant residential and shopping area.
These are all concepts that could soon become reality due to the realignment of I-75 leading up to the new Brent Spence Companion Bridge. Local 12's David Winter is live in the West End right now with the updated Revive Cincinnati plan. David, good evening.
Good evening, Kyle. Good evening, Paula. Good evening, everyone. You may someday not recognize this corridor between the Museum Center and Music Hall. Someday it could be all green space and office space, shops, and residential, even right over I-75.
At the time, we were just making guesses. We didn't really know where the bridge was going. We knew some of the I-75 improvements. We didn't know all of them.
But now we do. The director of Cincinnati's Department of City Planning and Engagement explained in a community web meeting. She explained why the city brought back the firm that reimagined Cincinnati in 2011.
We brought them back to say, how can we take this opportunity and do a better job of connecting our neighborhoods and really help make this work an asset.
The entire plan is comprised of 9 sites along the I-75 corridor, from the Eastern Gateway down to where the Brent Spence Bridge crosses the river.
We're excited to share the ideas that came out of the design week that we held last week.
Megan O'Hara with Urban Design Associates explained how UDA and its partners spent the summer meeting with community groups and other interested parties and doing market research to drive its concepts, like the redesign of the Mill Creek area in the Western Gateway south of I-74.
Here's the concrete channel of the Mill Creek. This area here is vacant. This building is partially vacant. You could build new retail, a restaurant, and an activated area that during the warm weather months, you could imagine families coming here, grabbing a coffee, grabbing some food, bringing their bikes, bringing their kayaks.
The idea of improving bicycle and walking infrastructure is music to Vincent Wilson's ears. As president of the biking advocacy group Queen City Bike, he says more dedicated bike paths connecting Cincinnati's neighborhoods to downtown is better for everyone.
When you have no dedicated facilities, there's nowhere to ride, so people don't ride. But when you build dedicated facilities, what happens is people come out of the woodworks to take advantage of those facilities.
Another example of new areas that can be developed due to I-75's realignment is just west of the new convention center, where either a new arena could go or new 20-story high-rises for office or residential. The West End could include capping the area over I-75 from the Museum Center down to Music Hall and adding walking paths, green space, or even office space and residential.
It's really a chance for us to restore what was taken many, many years ago from our downtown, from our city. And so it's a great opportunity to do what I believe is really get residential going back in the Queensgate area, which is originally part of the West End.
Revive Cincinnati architects are now done with their research and their conceptualization. Now they move up to drawing the plans up and presenting them to city planning and city council. That is expected to happen in the spring. Kyle?
All right, Local 12's David Winter reporting live for us tonight. David, thank you so much. And we do have a link to the Revive Cincinnati concept plans. You can find it inside David's story right now on local12.com.
A driver accused of crashing into a local home faces a judge for the first time. Shani Henry is charged with aggravated vehicular assault. His attorney says it was not intentional and Henry is very remorseful. Police say that he slammed into the home on DeSoto Drive in Springfield Township Monday afternoon. The assistant prosecutor says that a woman and baby in the home were hurt when they were pinned to the wall by a couch. Investigators believe that Henry was involved in 2 hit and runs in Mount Healthy just before this wreck. Court documents say he was under the influence. His attorney denies those allegations. The man accused in a child porn investigation is arraigned, and his victims are alleged to range from 1 to 10 years old. Robert Shepard was arraigned this morning on 4 counts of pandering sexually oriented material involving a minor and 1 count of illegal use of a minor in nudity-oriented material. Court documents say detectives found graphic images of young children. A judge set bond for the Cleves man at $350,000.
A local man will spend 15 months in prison after being found guilty of living with his wife's corpse for days. Today, a judge sentenced Tyler Hearn for abuse of a corpse. Hearn was arrested for the crime back in February. Police say they found Laura Hearn's decomposing body on a bed in the couple's apartment in Highland Heights. Officers said that Hearn told them that he found his wife dead and did not try to get help. Right now, police are asking for help to find the driver who hit and killed a man as he was walking in Sharonville last night. Crews found 55-year-old Michael Craig injured around 11 on Providence Way. They rushed Craig to the hospital where he died from his injuries. Investigators believe he may have been hit by a pickup truck with possible front-end damage and a broken windshield.
The House is holding its first vote on the Senate-passed legislation to reopen the government, and these are live pictures from inside the House, where a final vote is expected to happen after about 7 this evening. Today marks the 43rd day of the shutdown, shattering the previous 35-day record. Today's vote does nothing to deal with the expiring Obama subsidies. Instead, Senate Republicans are promising a future vote on health care, but it is highly unlikely to pass. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is blaming Republican efforts to continue to raise the high cost of living on everyday Americans. Republicans can only afford to lose 2 votes to reopen the government. The Ohio Department of Job and Family Services says that some SNAP benefits are starting to show up in people's accounts. As of this morning, just over half of the 716,000 households set to get November benefits were processed. The department warns that it could still take a few days to get all of the money out. The maximum assistance that families can get right now will be 65% of their normal amounts.
The number of cancellations at airports across the country shrank today. It comes as more air traffic controllers are headed back to work in anticipation of the government shutdown soon ending. However, experts and airlines caution that travelers should prepare for further flight disruptions throughout the week. There is hope, though, that things will be closer to normal in time for the start of the always busy travel holiday season.
I don't think any flights over the Thanksgiving week have actually been canceled yet. I think the airlines have been pretty tight, working with the FAA, looking a few days out to be sure, but nothing. We're still a good week plus away from that Thanksgiving week. So yeah, there's still plenty of time to make sure that everything over the Thanksgiving week goes off as originally planned.
And U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says air traffic controllers will receive 70% of their back pay within 24 to 48 hours after the government reopens, with the remaining 30% arriving about a week later. All right, turning to weather right now, where we are in the midst of a lovely, beautiful, I can't think of another adjective. Well, I can think of a lot.
Oh,
I just want to keep going on because we have
nice.
come out of the freezer and we're on a rebound, baby.
I was running on the lawn with my dog today, and we were both happy.
Because it's your birthday. Tell the
Well,
truth.
that
That's why you're
too.
happy.
I mean, I asked for this and I got it. John Gum, thank you very much.
I delivered the weather for you. I also delivered cupcakes for you and Ann's birthday. There's a few back there that I grabbed today to celebrate. We're celebrating here at Local 12. Take a look at our Nippert Stadium camera. Gorgeous sunset this evening. Our temperature in Cincinnati made it into the upper 50s today. But now we've dipped quickly once that sunset down to 48, west-northwest winds at 9. We've got a cold front making its way through the tri-state. That's going to bring some slightly cooler air, but as of now, we're 11 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. Mainly clear skies right now. A few clouds will arrive later on this evening, but overall a pretty quiet night as we fall back through the 40s. Chilly by 11. Down to 41 degrees, clear to eventually partly cloudy skies. Coming up in weather, we're warming up again. 60s are back. How long that lasts before we dip again and showers return. Plus, we'll talk northern lights tonight. Will we see them? Will we won't? Well, we'll detail that and show you some more of the great pictures we got in coming up in my Weather Authority forecast.
Well, tomorrow marks the Starbucks annual Red Cup Day. If you order from a list of handcrafted holiday beverages, you get a free limited edition 16-ounce reusable red cup. The giveaway could, though, be affected by labor relations. Starbucks union members, they voted to approve a nationwide strike on Red Cup Day unless a contract agreement is reached. Starbucks Workers United has not said how many locations are going to be affected.
The Mega Millions jackpot is soaring once again, climbing toward the $1 billion mark after no one hit all 6 numbers in last night's drawing. The grand prize now stands at an incredible $965 million with a cash option of about $445 million. Your next chance to play comes Friday night. And if you're feeling lucky, keep this in mind. The odds of winning that jackpot are roughly 1 in 290 million. But if you don't play, your odds are even worse. So I always say you got better odds if you play. You got hope.
I think you and I are on opposite ends on
you
that one.
You always have a little hope.
Well, you do have hope. You're buying hope. I like that. President Trump back in the center of the Jeffrey Epstein controversy.
The latest emails released said to be from Epstein himself that show Trump's connection.
The Cincinnati Grand Football Club is on a mission to level the playing field. In the world of competitive youth soccer, how it's combining athletics with academics and developing the next generation of great soccer players.
A local church forced to close its doors indefinitely, how it's affecting hundreds of people who rely on that organization. Tonight on Local 12 News, live at 11.
All right, listen up. This fall, game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. It's a powerful way to watch live local football games. Catch every play in jaw-dropping detail with premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Get big kickoff energy with a stress-free, simple setup. Just plug in a small modern antenna and boom, your TV's got game. Watch your local games for free this season with Next Gen TV. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The National News Desk. Locally covered, nationally connected.
We're talking about fires superheating anything in its path.
Delivers breaking news from across America at the Live Desk.
A search and rescue operation here.
The National News Desk tracks the next weather maker.
Crushed and carried downstream.
Choose America's News now, each weeknight from the National News Desk.
Do you suffer from chronic boredom? Then it's time to check out Game Center, the best place to exercise your brain. Put an end to fun deficiency with endless game options that will increase joy, sharpen your mind, and turn dull moments into big wins. Game Center, fun for your mind anytime, anywhere.
Weekdays on Roar.
I'm cracking up.
SNL is not just for weeknights.
What?
It's crashing your weekdays too.
Enjoy.
All your favorites on a weekday.
What are you eating here?
More Pete on a weekday.
We out here and we crazy.
And Weekend Update? Yep, also on weekdays.
Go to bed and never wake.
Because it's not just weeknights that have all the fun.
I think I'm about to laugh right now.
Saturday Night Live. Weekdays on Roar.
Reaching the right customer isn't just about showing up. It's about showing up in the right places at the right moments with the right message. And that's exactly what AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions delivers. We turn awareness into action with fully integrated campaigns that meet your customer where they are. On every screen, every stream, every moment that matters. More reach, more precision, more results. Tap, scan, amplify. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
Tommy and Proctor back together. The scene where you kill my boy Jerry off.
The only guy in America said he found that scene funny.
The line, "It is for you." And the director, he kept wanting me to hit you, but I didn't want to do it. So every take I kept going, "It is for you."
House Democrats released new emails appearing to contradict President Trump's claim that he knew nothing about Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking ring. The emails appear to be from Epstein himself, claiming that Trump spent time with one of the victims at an Epstein property. In an April 2011 email, lawmakers say Epstein wrote to his accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, about Trump, telling her, "I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Unnamed victim spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned." And Maxwell responded, according to the released email, saying, "I have been thinking about that."
These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong.
It seems as though Donald Trump had a very close personal relationship with Jeffrey Epstein and that he had personally spent time with victims in the Epstein operation. And I think that this is just, I mean, it's horrifying. It's horrifying.
A local House GOP representative, Warren Davidson, and Eli Crane, they have joined a group of Republicans who now say that they plan to vote for the bill to release the Epstein files when and if it comes to a floor vote.
A local youth soccer club is changing the game. Its mission is to break down the financial barriers that keep some kids from playing the sport. I recently went to one of the Cincinnati Graham Football Club's practices to see firsthand how it's developing the next generation of great soccer players for free.
Vivi receives it. She passes there and goes to the end of this line.
Most soccer teams start practice on the pitch. This team kicks things off in the classroom.
No. Coming. What is this number? 1.21.
With 45 minutes of mandatory tutoring.
It helps us. It's important.
Those are 3 of the more than 24 kids that are part of the Cincinnati Grand Football Club.
I've learned a lot since I got here. Coach Aaron, Coach Dave, every coach, they do a lot of discipline. I learned a lot of discipline.
Hey, on the line, quiet. Actually stretch, don't rush it.
Coach David Jackson founded the nonprofit in 2024 to level the playing field in the world of competitive youth soccer.
I realized there was a lack of diversity for a multitude of reasons. No exposure to the game, and then there's a ton of other barriers. Financial barriers, logistical barriers. Like all the big clubs are on the outskirts of the city. Let's go!
This club eliminates any financial barriers that may exist for its players by making everything 100% free.
Make sure your toes, both toes in the ball, stay in your toes.
Cleats, soccer balls, practice and game uniforms, equipment bags, snacks, plus league and tournament fees are all covered through donations and grants.
With everything that we provide from the nutritional standpoint, from the educational standpoint, and then just like miscellaneous things, it's roughly about $4,000 to $4,500 a kid. Yeah, it's expensive.
It's a relief, you know, because again, I have twins, so everything is doubled. So
one of Courtney Jackson's twins is on the team this season, but both have played for the club.
It's really nice watching them be able to grow, not just on the field, but in school too.
And that's exactly what Coach David envisioned when he formed this organization. Impact beyond the pitch, leading these kids somewhere, hopefully, over the rainbow.
The likelihood of a kid going pro or something like that is slim to none. So we want them to take the guiding principles and everything they can learn from here and apply it to life.
Quickly! Well, my favorite part is learning how to do better. And I can learn from my mistakes so I could get better.
That is, of course, the goal. So it costs nearly $100,000 a year for the Cincinnati Grand Football Club to completely fund 2 teams. The organization is always looking for new donors to help it continue these efforts. And if you would like more information on how to make a donation, check out this story at local12.com.
Well, it's legal for both medical and recreational purposes now in the tri-state, but how much is too much when it comes to cannabis?
Some people want to get healthy without getting high.
Medical reporter Liz Bonus weeds through the research to show how much pot it potentially takes to be impaired. It's a story you'll see Thursday at 6 only on Local 12 News.
From Local 12, the Weather Authority, this is Chief Meteorologist John Gumbs' hour-by-hour forecast.
If you had the Weather Authority app, I sent out a push alert last night that the northern lights were visible in the tri-state and asked for your pictures, and you delivered. This one comes from George in Clarksville. Gorgeous shot there of the flag and the northern lights fitting for Veterans Day yesterday. And this one came from Patrick up there in Highland County in Belfast. Gorgeous shot of the red barn, the red northern lights there. Another one I want to share with you. This one comes from Hamilton. Chelsea sent in that picture. Spectacular there. Boy, oh boy, what a sight that was. And another one from our own Tyler Madden here at our station parking lot. Despite the lights in the parking lot there and the city lights here in Mount Auburn, we were able to see them. If you have a picture, we want to see it. Local12.com/chime in. If you missed it last night, the pictures are probably your best bet. There is a chance tonight we could see it, particularly with the aid of your camera phone or time exposure photography. Typically around here, you need about a K8 strength to get the northern lights into Cincinnati. Last night, we were above an 8, almost a 9, so they were visible to the naked eye. Right now, latest reports show we're sitting at a K6. Instead to be available up here through the northern Great Lakes. K7 is what's forecast later tonight, so maybe visible with the naked eye in northern Indiana, northern Ohio. Again, if we see them tonight, probably going to have to be a camera phone. That's the forecast tonight. Now, that said, still look, because these forecasts are not great. I'll be the first to tell you that. We're equivalent to about 60s weather forecasting for 2025 space forecasting. So take a look, see what you see tonight. It'll be chilly. We'll fall through the 40s, 45 at 8 down to 40 degrees at midnight. That lobe of the polar vortex that gave us the cold and snow, it's lifting out. We were back into the upper 50s today. We're back into the 50s again tomorrow, and then we're talking 60s around here Going into Friday and Saturday, we're going to be above normal. We go from near normal tomorrow to 14 degrees above normal Saturday, and then a drop back to normal next week as another cold front comes through. Tomorrow morning, we're cold. We start out in the 30s, mostly clear skies, colder than this morning tomorrow morning, and then upper 50s tomorrow afternoon. Sunshine is back in the forecast tomorrow. A few clouds overnight, a lot of spots close to the freezing mark, and then we'll turn those into 50s by the afternoon. Could be a sprinkle or two Friday morning as we get a push of warmer air, heading close to 60 degrees on Friday, close to 70 Saturday. But then it's down after that with another cold front coming through here early Sunday morning. That could bring some showers, pre-dawn showers there on Sunday, and then the chilly air will push into the tri-state beyond that. So we're going to get cooler across the area once again. There's a look at your 10-day forecast. Close to 70 Saturday, and then falling temperatures on Sunday. We'll be in the 50s again next week, closer to normal, with more showers back in the mix for Tuesday and Wednesday.
The Local 12 444 Sports Report, sponsored by the law offices of Blake Maesland.
The Jungle Report, sponsored by Planet Fitness.
A Joe Burrow sighting on Monday gave a glimmer of hope that help might be a couple of weeks away. But for now, this is Joe Flacco's team, and the crafty veteran is still leaning on QB1 for some playbook knowledge.
I'm still at the point where you're able to kind of see the operation of things and kind of bounce little questions like that off of those guys. I think that's still the biggest thing. And maybe with Joe, he has a way of doing it that's a little bit different than Jake, and then I have a little bit of a different way. But if I can kind of understand where they're coming from, then it makes it a little bit easier for me.
Flacco and the Bengals will go for the Steelers sweep in the Steel City this weekend. You can watch it right here on Local 12, kickoff around 1 p.m.
And the stakes always feel high in divisional games. So I don't think where we're at in our season is different. But you do feel, anytime you're getting a chance. Right now, look at it, you're 2-0 in the division. We got a chance to go 3-0. And that would be a huge step in the right direction of putting us back in with the teams that are at the top two of our division.
How about some midweek action football tonight? Yager Stadium is the spot as Miami hosts Toledo. The Redhawks look to bounce back after suffering their first conference loss to Ohio last week. Both teams come into tonight's contest at 5-4, and we'll have highlights tonight at 11. The Cyclones hit the ice this morning for a matchup with the Toledo Walleye. 2 power play goals got Toledo out in front, 2-0. Then the Clones fought back to tie things up at 2, but the home team would net the last goal and go on to win it 3-2. The Cyclones return home Friday for a rematch against the Walleye. And finally, the Reds were active today. Claymon catcher Ben Rortvedt off waivers from the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers. He appeared in the NL Wildcard Series against the Reds in the first 2 games of the NLDS against the Padres. That's your look at sports. We'll be right back.
These truckers take on the unthinkable.
It's a little bit unnerving.
Driving a 2-ton big rig on a road of pure ice.
It's a lot more fun.
Ice Road Truckers. Weeknights on The Nest.
The National News Desk. Locally covered, nationally connected.
We're talking about fires superheating anything in its path.
Delivers breaking news from across America at the Live Desk.
A search and rescue operation here.
The National News Desk tracks the next weather maker.
Crushed and carried downstream.
Choose America's News now, each weeknight from the National News Desk.
Weekdays on Roar.
I'm cracking up.
SNL is not just for weeknights.
What?
It's crashing your weekdays too.
Enjoy.
All your favorites on a weekday.
What are you eating here?
More Pete on a weekday.
We out here and we crazy.
And Weekend Update? Yep, also on weekdays.
Go to bed and never wake.
Because it's not just weeknights that have all the fun.
I think I'm about to laugh right now.
Saturday Night Live. Weekdays on Roar.
This is a new world, and it demands smarter, faster ways to get noticed. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions makes that simple. We handle the strategy, targeting, and delivery so you can focus on what you do best. We turn awareness into action, putting your business right where it needs to be. More reach, more precision, real results. Tap, scan, amplify. Let's get you in front of the right people starting now. AMP Sales and Marketing Solutions. One partner, endless possibilities.
All right, what do you got? Here's the really interesting thing.
Weeknights on Comet.
What is going on here?
Enter a world
We both know what's out there.
that exists beneath the surface
If you're hiding anything,
of what you think you know.
I don't trust you.
You have access to
We
it.
tell you only what you need to know.
And what lurks there will shock you,
I'm talking about close encounter mortality.
terrify you, and most likely abduct you.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
That is so you. That is so Scully.
The X-Files, weeknights at 9, 8 Central on Comet.
Do you suffer from chronic boredom? Do you experience dull moments or an uncontrollable urge to scroll aimlessly? Then it's time to check out Game Center. Game Center is the best place to exercise your brain. Put an end to fun deficiency with endless game options that will increase joy, sharpen your mind, and turn dull moments into big wins. Why risk everyday boredom when you could be having a blast? Side effects may include excessive smiling, happiness, brain overload, and spontaneous fist pumping. Check out Game Center. Game Center. Fun for your mind anytime, anywhere. No prescription needed.
Game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. Get live local college and NFL games with pictures so sharp it feels real, and premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Set it up once, watch free all season long. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
We go aboard a NATO submarine in the Baltic Sea during war games amid heightened tensions with Russia. And when city lights drown out the stars, the Texas Telescope Farm is bringing the universe back into view. That's tonight's Eye in America on the CBS Evening News.
All right, November just doesn't get any nicer than this.
It's really nice. It's going to get a little warmer as the week goes on, so maybe it does get a little nicer eventually. Chilly tonight, though. We fall through the 40s. Look north, use your camera phone. Maybe we get lucky tonight. Probably won't be as good as last night, though, even if we see it. Close to 70 Saturday, some showers early Sunday morning, then cooler.
Tyler was our eyes and ears on the ground last night.
Cool. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, great job.
All right, listen up. This fall, game days shine brighter with Next Gen TV. It's a powerful way to watch live local football games. Catch every play in jaw-dropping detail with premium sound that hits harder than a safety blitz. Get big kickoff energy with a stress-free, simple setup. Just plug in a small modern antenna and boom, your TV's got game. Watch your local games for free this season with Next Gen TV. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.